Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out. Oh, yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
The lightning will fly. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. At the lightning. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Boy, we lost a lot of Hollywood celebs this year. A lot of dead uns. A lot of big old dead celebs. And several of them we liked a lot. Not that we don't honor their memory, whether we like them or not, but welcome to it. Sort of the 2024 wrap-up here. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and the finest radio stations throughout the country. Here I am, sans a producer, because Dave decided to get the hell out of Dodge this morning instead of leaving maybe tomorrow. I mean,
he does have a place in Arizona to take care of,
right.
So I don't blame him.
No, this has
Mark,
this has nothing to do with a place in Arizona to take care of. It's taken care of for him, so that's not his reason for exiting. He's there for the big New Year's Eve extravaganza.
All right.
Which is why
he should have gave you more of a heads up.
Well, I mean, what am I going to do? I got Terri Vincent here from Eugene, Oregon, for God's sakes. Sort of pick up the slack. Ter, how are you, bud?
Hey, I'm doing fine as frogs here.
Okay, it just looks to me like you moved the mic up or something, or you're not on top of it.
How's that?
Yeah, see, it's always an education. I love Terri Vincent. He was at the old digs back in the day in the hills of Encino.
Yep.
This man goes way the hell back to the time when Barry Williams from the Brady Bunch, Greg Brady, used to jump off the roof into the swimming pool. Those were...
Yeah, Terry was saying to me in the green room that he had been at the other venue, and I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, he was over there a few times, always brought a big bushel of cigars. Today, however, he brought a big bushel of bourbon, 118 proof.
Whoa.
Could you imagine how Luke Tattoo Dave, our producer, would be on that stuff today?
And Ralph.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's probably a good thing that
they're not here.
Yeah, that they're not here. Okay. Let's tie up some loose ends before we get to the meat of this show, and some dead folks, and some of the best and worst of 2024 for your perusal. I want to get rid of some of these Christmas jokes at the last minute here, and ones that I thought were worth your attention. For example, last Christmas I bought I bought Lori Downey Jr., our former producer, a lie detector as a gift, and she said, "Oh, I love it," and I said, "We'll see." What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations? Tinselitis. Remember that tinsel that they banned that you could mush together, you could crunch together with your hands, and then you could throw it at your siblings? That stuff has been gone for years. Now
Yeah,
it's
I thought you could still get it.
No, not the stuff you crunch together. No. This Mylar stuff doesn't crunch together. I think it was because of lead poisoning.
I think we ate that
That's
stuff.
the way we grew up. Well, just crunching it together with our hands was enough. Yeah, to bring it into our bloodstream.
You know, it's amazing we're all still alive.
Oh,
We drank out of hoses.
Oh, yeah.
We shared bottles. We picked stuff up off the ground and
We
ate
licked
it.
our walls, lead paint.
We broke
I don't know about nobody licked
thermometers
their wall.
open and played with the mercury balls.
Sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I mean, but we're alive.
Life was good.
It was simple. It was fun.
Life was good back then, Terry.
People didn't have their jockeys in a bunch up their whatevers.
Did you hear about the man who stole an advent calendar? He got 25 days. You see what happened?
Ba-dum-ba-dum.
Not even. Mark, what are you looking up there on your phone? Because you're really pissing me off.
Dead people.
Early in the show. I already have the list. I don't need your help on this, fact checker.
Put your phone away.
And finally, or almost finally, I picked up a universal remote control for Christmas. What a nice gift. This changes everything. Oh, good. At least a chuckle. And finally, I bought my daughter a refrigerator for Christmas. You know, she has a new place in Ohio. So I bought her a brand new refrigerator for Christmas. Can't wait to see her face light up when she opens it. See, the thing is, it's only when you open the door, Hey, Joe Biden's legacy, homelessness, hits a record with 18% increase in 2024 alone. Nicely done, Joe.
Hey, he did something right.
Oh, he's on a row.
So
And
that bulb goes out when you shut the fridge door?
yeah, it does.
It goes off?
Yeah, but how do we know?
I'm going to go in there and shut myself in there sometime.
But wait, there's more when it comes to the Biden administration. They just authorized $20 million for a creation of Sesame Street in Iraq to promote inclusion. $20 million, taxpayer dollars from us right here in the United States of America to create a Sesame Street show in Iraq in an effort to promote inclusion.
Where they stone gays for being gay.
Well, because, see, the left, the woke left here in the United States of America, they can't get it through their stupid heads that these folks won't change. It's religion. A lot like wokeness and the left being a religion here in the States. That this is a religion for them. You're not going to change the way they think by forcing them to watch Sesame Street. And P.S., is Sesame Street still on here in the States?
I don't know, man.
I don't either.
It might be.
Yeah, I think it might be.
And let me find.
You don't need
this.
to look it up, Mark. It's not that important.
No, it's not. It is really not that important. Thank you, Brother Mart.
Well, I mean, certainly you just got to use your little noggin a little bit.
Okay, and this I found interesting right before the show. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. For you fellow Bond aficionados, James Bond on hold because the studio wants Marvel-style spin-offs, and the producer calls them effing idiots, but she says the word. Wow. I love this. The world may have to wait for the next James Bond movie a little longer than usual. Now the latest installment has been put on hold due to a feud between MGM Studios and long-term James Bond producer Barbara Broccoli, who I've had a bone or two to pick with her over the years because she's sort of a woke leftster. That's who Barbara is. But I guess she's sticking by her guns on this and the franchise and hopefully doing what her daddy would know would be the right thing to do. Nearly 3 years after Amazon acquired the rights to the recent Bond movies, and I watched them on Amazon because I can't get enough of Bond. Its $6.5 billion purchase of the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer studio This relationship is a big one. 6.5 billion. You think Amazon? You think Bezos is making a buck or two?
Yeah.
Barbara Broccoli was quoted calling the studio, and she said the word, I will only say effing idiots, but she called them effing idiots. Barbara, finally with some cojones. I love that. She's calling them that for pushing the idea James Bond can now become some kind of cinematic universe focused on a dozen characters. She also reportedly doesn't believe that Amazon, which owns MGM, should be the studio to carry on the franchise, believing they have been holding it hostage. Oh, that's Cove. That's the C word right there. I get the Cove about 4 times a day. News about James Bond's pause comes after the previous franchise star, Daniel Craig, who, by the way, was a great Bond. I like Terry, were you a fan or no?
I'm Sean Connery.
I think many are Sean Connery, but that's not the question I asked. Don't you think Daniel Craig? Did you watch the first Daniel Craig James Bond?
No.
Well, then you have no idea. That was perhaps the best James Bond out of the franchise. His first.
Casino Royale?
Casino Royale was off the hook with this man who played Bond, Daniel Craig. It was beyond belief great. It was gritty. It was perfection. And, you know, was there another role? Was there another? P.S. Barbara Broccoli, I'm still pissed at her for killing off Bond. I think that was a bad idea. Were you aware that he was...
No, I haven't kept up with Bond.
Oh, then you're not an aficionado like us geeks here who love James Bond.
No.
Yeah, Daniel Craig said he had some reservations about accepting the role, with the biggest being the character's construct of masculinity. So before he took the role, you know, he's a big wokester. And I can look past that while I'm watching the movies. And I don't really get into... Like De Niro now, I have a tough time getting past this, right?
And I don't see why everybody thinks he's such a great actor. If you look at his roles...
Yeah, he's doing...
Every role
is the same.
It's the same speech pattern. It's the same facial expression. It's same everything.
It's one of 2 characters that he plays. I mean, that's pretty much what he does. Speaking with a New Yorker about his upcoming LGBTQ themed movie, Queer, Daniel Craig said he struggled with accepting James Bond's persona as a globe-trotting, debonair ladies' man. Yeah, what man wouldn't want that on his resume?
Yeah.
My God, to play Bond. As a child, I wanted to play Bond, and I thought, well, being that I'm not British, that's going to be a tough punt, or at least from Ireland.
Yeah, I'm suave, I'm debonair, I've got class, I've got money, I've got women. I don't want to have that in my resume.
Yeah, well,
You know?
I will tell you, I would. Yeah, I know. How ridiculous is that? Being a Bond, I think, is one of the greatest things that any actor could ever ask for. He said, I'd say one of my biggest reservations about playing the role would be that construct of masculinity. It was often very laughable, but you can't mock it and expect it to work. You have to buy into it. And he did in these movies. Gemma Arterton, who played Strawberry Fields in Quantum of Solace, by the way, Daniel Craig's worst Bond. That was Quantum of crap.
Yeah, you've said that for a long time.
Oh, my God. It's just, but, you know, they blame it on, and I sort of believe them. There was a writer's strike at the time. They didn't know how to finish up the movie. It sort of sucked. But this gal, Gemma Arterton, weighed in on the controversy of who James Bond should be in the modern world by announcing the idea of a female Bond. Well, good for you, Gemma. They talk about it, but I think people would find it too outrageous. Sometimes you just have to respect the tradition. Isn't a female James Bond like Mary Poppins being played by a man, she added?
Yeah.
Yes.
Same. That's a good parallel.
That's a good gal. That's a good gal. And end of an era. And I just, for the first time, got into these movies about 2 months ago, and I watched all 3. The first one was really good. The second one was okay. The third sort of sucked. But, you know, sequel, schmequel, that's the way it works. Star of Crocodile Dundee, dead at 90. Yep, Hulk Hogan, gone at 90. What? That's not his name?
That's not his name.
Oh, Paul Hogan. Star.
He was far from being a Hulk.
Yes.
That's right, brother. Don't recall me, Crocodile Dundee, brother.
Star of the iconic mid-1980s Australian film Crocodile Dundee.
I didn't know he was 90.
Well,
Wow.
see, that's because when he started this, he was in his 40s. He
Yeah.
was in, I think, his late 40s. And so this man, he turned this into a massive franchise, and God bless him.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah, I like the guy. I
That's
like
the
the guy
tag.
so much, man.
He had a television show that was very popular in Australia.
Did you say Poplar?
think he did.
Popular
Okay, yes.
in Australia before the movies, which
Okay.
I was a big fan of. It was a sketch comedy show.
Did you say fanned
He
of?
said fan.
I know, he
Fanned
did
of.
say fanned of.
Fanned of.
He did say fanned of.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and what was the TV
He wa-
show? Why do you bring this up?
because he was funny before the movies.
Oh, he was. You mean before he did these movies?
Yes, he was a star before he made the movies
No,
in Australia.
I am aware of that, but I didn't know it was a TV. Was it a TV? Was it a sitcom?
No, it was a sketch comedy.
Isn't that a? So that
That's
you,
not a sitcom.
You mean like SNL?
So if it was that funny, how come nobody has heard of this thing?
Well, because it was in
Because it
Australia.
was an Australian
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Wait,
It
how did you
was
watch it?
It was on one of the cable channels.
Well,
that was
because
being
I'll tell you what,
rebroadcast.
if it's foreign, Mark will watch it. Oh yeah, especially from anywhere that's sort of British. Mark C.G. Boyer is in.
Well, Whose Line,
Faulty Towers.
Faulty Towers.
Were you watching Whose Line Is It Anyway when Ryan Stiles was one of the performers from England?
God, yes, it was appointment television for my roommate and I.
It was what?
Says
Appointment television.
Yeah, that says a lot about. And by the way,
We love
there are myriad Whose Line Is It Anyway fans.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
God bless him. And you know that Ryan Stiles, well, those of you who have watched and listened to this show for many, many years, you understand that Ryan Stiles is a friend of this show and a dear, dear friend for many years. However, when I met him, and my brother Martin introduced me to Ryan Stiles at the Valley Inn, a great old watering hole
Well, I didn't even really quickly. I didn't even know who he was. I was going to the
here in
Valley
the San Fernando Valley.
Inn, 'cause
Yeah.
you turned me on to the Valley, and I started liking it because it was close to home.
Oh, it's just a
I'd
great-
go there-
That's
I'd
where
go,
we went.
I'd go there.
Great old steakhouse.
I go there
Yeah.
after work and run into cool people, and then my ex was in there with me, and she goes, "Oh my God, you know who that is sitting at the bar?" I said, "No, I didn't even know."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then she said,
So you didn't know
"No,
either.
she's like, he's from Drew Carey, and who's that?" I said, "Oh, maybe." 'Cause I didn't really watch.
He used to come to the show in Encino when I showed
He
up.
was there every Saturday,
Yeah.
day in, day out,
But
man.
yeah, so
And
anyway,
you and I hooked up. That's where we had drinks one night at the Valley Inn and hooked
yeah.
up with Jerry Dunphy.
Yeah, and another good dude. And by the way, Jerry Dunphy, they portray him in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Whenever you see that news anchor, that is Jerry Dunphy, a real life guy here in Southern California.
Yep.
Man, did he love his Dunfaritas. He named a margarita after himself with a special concoction.
Well, I remember when he went to 13. They got his hook to get them for him to sign the contract was he wanted a blue Rolls Royce.
Oh, is that right?
And they gave him the blue Rolls Royce, and that's when he went to their station. And then he and his girlfriend were shot one night coming out after
Yeah,
work.
I forget all about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a life-changing day, but it didn't keep him from carousing.
Oh, no. No. From
Yeah.
the desert to the sea to all of Southern California, good evening.
What a classic line from the great Jerry Dunphy. And Terry Vincent, although he lives in Eugene, Oregon right now, he is a Southern California boy.
Pasadena.
Yeah, get down Dina,
went to
man.
school with Eddie Van Halen.
Who did?
I
Terry?
did. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Eddie was in my graduating class.
Yeah. Were you a fan? Was he playing guitar then?
He was Mammoth. That was he was a garage band, and they were called Mammoth. And we used to go, and he'd charge $1 a head, and they'd play it on Fridays and Saturdays.
No kidding.
And I remember his first thing when you knew he was getting big was I was driving down Sunset Boulevard one time, and he was the headline on the billboard at Whiskey A Go-Go when the Real Don Steele was doing the mic work there.
Wait, I had to pull up your camera. See, I have to do everything today. Not only do I
well,
host,
Well,
but I,
you are a multifaceted
Yeah,
expert
yeah, I'm
in
not-
this industry.
I'm not the best when it comes to
So the real Don
multitasking.
Steele
but-
was doing the voices for the whiskey.
Yeah.
By the way, Real Don Steele, a radio legend here in Los Angeles.
KHJ.
Yeah, he's the one who coined the phrase "Fractious Friday," and I have kept his legacy going on. I use Fractious Friday because of him. And Tina Delgado is alive. He used to throw in that drop in, and it was a woman who screamed that, and it was a complete non sequitur, and everybody wondered, why the hell does he throw that in? And today, you'd have program directors questioning that. Well, what does that mean? Why do you do that?
What difference does it make?
It worked. Yes, and if it sounded good and it was interesting, and Tina Delgado was a stripper. That's just a stripper that he would go see.
But what's effective is it got people talking about his show.
Yes, and what is that, and what does that mean? It's true. Before I get to the meat of the show and some notable deaths, and we have a whole slew of the best of 2024 and the worst of 2024.
Oh, boy.
Disney's biggest disasters of 24, from Acolyte to Mufasa. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's just
they've been a disaster for a long time.
Down the tubes, man. They made some money with Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that movie, it's worth watching. It is. They break down the fourth wall in that thing, and it's a funny movie. It's well done. Yeah. But for every Moana 2 that rakes in a fortune, Disney has just. They've laid giant eggaroos, man.
Well, when they started to abandon what made them great.
Yes.
With the Bambis and the Dumbos and the Snow Whites and the Cinderellas and Sleeping
Then
Beauties.
they changed
They went woke. They went woke.
That's
man.
it.
Changed the ride, the Splash Mountain ride, to the Bayou scene. They took that out because of slavery.
Oh, yeah.
Civil War.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
No, they're by and large, they're a-holes, unless they become a sponsor of this show, and then, we love them to death.
I have a feeling that might be a while.
I think you're right.
Yeah, don't hold your breath for that, right?
Especially after that commentary.
Now, this new poll, an overwhelming majority of Americans don't care about celebrities. Well, it's about damn time. I mean,
How much money did they make
from athletes and celebrities. An AP NORC poll reveals that an overwhelming majority of Americans just don't give an S. And 'tis the season. So it was Christmas night. I feel obligated to watch It's a Wonderful Life, which can be depressing in parts of that movie.
Yeah.
When that was released, it was not big. In fact,
They thought it supported communism.
Yeah, and it didn't. I mean, James Stewart is not a commie by any stretch of the imagination.
General James Stewart?
Just the opposite, man. And one of the greatest actors who ever lived.
And I think the closest that we have today is Tom Hanks. And his acting abilities and the roles he
plays. He never served our country.
No, but I'm just saying as an actor.
Yeah, he's still a woke lefty.
Well,
but yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he worked with Sinise and Forrest Gump, which.
Yeah, but he's no Will Ferrell. The thing
Thank
is,
God.
Well, Will Ferrell, I think, is a brilliant comedic actor.
Oh, he is.
He's a big ale.
Yeah. So I watched It's a Wonderful Life, and then I was obligated to watch White Christmas. I watch that every year, and I cry every year.
And Miracle on 34th Street.
And that was the third one that I watched, and I cry every year at Miracle on 34th Street.
Was the original one George C. Scott?
No.
Oh, no, that was
Scrooge.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the one I missed this year, but the Alistair Sim version is the one. That's the black and white.
Right.
From I think the late 40s or early 50s, and it is pure brilliance. But White Christmas, I called Dad. I was over at for Christmas Eve over at Mom and Dad's house, and it was a great time. That was a great time.
I heard it was a really mellow, good time.
Oh, it was a beautiful time. Even though I took a lift, thanks to my brother setting that up. I only had 1 cup of eggnog, so it wasn't a boozy Christmas Eve. Everyone got along. Mom was looking great, although she's had a health issue or two. And Dad, enjoying his Cabernet, man.
Yeah.
Just like the
God
good old
bless
days.
him.
Well, he gave up whiskey years ago when he went through a plate glass window.
Yeah.
I'm certain he'd want me to tell you that.
Well, he told me, because I was playing with him at the time, and I was on stage, and we got done with our gig, and he goes, "Yep, that's about it." I go, "For what?" He goes, "Drinking those double scotches on stage."
Is that right?
Because first time in history, I forgot my part.
Oh, is that right?
He goes, "I will never do that again."
See, Dad and
Professional.
I picked up a lot. Well, I picked up a lot, as it turns out, I'm discovering, from Mom and Dad. I always gave Dad all the credit. No, the orneriness comes from my mother. That is, Dad's a pretty mellow guy and not that ornery. I don't know why it's taken this long to come to this realization, but, you know, God bless him. All right, tons to get to, including notable people who died in 24, and I'm going to share a new version of how the Jaguar ad came about next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. You could be anywhere right now. You've chosen to be with us. Thank you, man. And woman. We're coming right back, folks. Hang in there. Thank you. Sip a little more of Terry Vincent's 118 proof bourbon-a-roo here.
Laboratories. With over 200 research workers, academic staff, and PhD students worked around the clock 7 days a week for 9 years. And today, we deliver broadcasting from atomic scale components, 21st century technology, talk stars, and subliminal messaging. Motivating, stimulating, mildly erotic, 24/7. Outlaw Radio.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, my friendlies. Welcome back to the Big Dog of Broadcasting, casting. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and the finest radio stations in America. Thank you for being there. I appreciate that from the bottom of my bottom. Rumors persist that in 2024, the following folks died. We're going to clear this up. Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Terri Garr. Man, did I love Terri Garr.
man.
Oh, I mean, what's not to love? My buddy Milt Larson was one of the first folks who hired Terri Garr at his Broadway show that was off-Broadway in Santa Monica at the theater where Young Frankenstein performed that great scene on stage.
Putting on the Ritz.
Nice knockers.
Putting on the Ritz.
Yep.
It was a great scene. And Milt Larson hired Terri Garr, and they kept in touch until... You know, I got to tell you, I thought that Milt Larson would outlive, who, by the way, proprietor of the Magic Castle, owner of the Magic Castle in Hollywood. I thought that he would outlive Terri Garr. And I was hoping, because I didn't know Terri Garr. So, and by the way, I don't want to get into this, but maybe we will. Who would you rather have come back to life than, let's say, a Quincy Jones? Who is dead that you would rather have back? Milt Larson, for me, because he was my dear, dear friend. So Quincy, stay dead. Milt Larson, come back. Yeah. I don't know if life works that way. Bob Newhart. Oh, man. Yeah. We met him at Musso and Frank's, the oldest restaurant in Hollywood. One night, he was sitting there at the head of the table, and it was a long table with the likes of Angie Dickinson.
Everybody was there.
Yeah, it was.
Dick Smothers was there.
It was so much fun, and he was that affable guy that you would expect him to be.
Of course, I bugged him a little bit as he was leaving, and he introduced me to his wife, and then he goes, because I guess he just wanted to get out. He's like, hey, look, Tim Conway's here. Brushing me off onto Tim.
Well, because, I mean, how many years has he gone through this? I mean, it's good and bad that, he made a fortune being that great sitcom guy.
Oh, yeah.
And unlike, his best friend, Don Rickles, he was able to enjoy huge hit TV shows. Don never did. None of his stuff ever caught on.
Right.
You know, but I
CPO Sharky.
No, just none of those. There were about 4 or 5. And the network execs, you know, they liked Don, so they kept giving him a shot. But, and by the way, another deadened, but that was a few years ago. That great man, Don Rickles. Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
What the hell happened there?
Cancer.
Oh, it was cancer? God, that just
it was cancer.
You know, with all that we can do, and Elon Musk, come up with a cure, man. You know, you've been able to do a lot of incredible things.
Yeah,
Let's wipe this friggin' cancer crap out. I've had it up to here with this. I mean, it really is. It sucks. But you don't need me to tell you that. Richard Simmons we lost, and that was not cancer. That was shorts that were too tight, I think.
That one thing that kept on dropping out of his short, those things were really loose, I thought.
Yeah, but hold on a second. I interviewed him 4 times, so I'm no stranger to, Oh, yeah.
Things falling out everywhere.
Yeah, but I will tell you, what a great guy. What an affable guy. I was very sad when he kicked it. And Cissy Houston, who's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Was she one of the...
Wasn't she Whitney's sister or something?
Yeah, it could be, yeah. You know, she's, Whitney Houston's cousin is Dionne Warwick.
Right.
Yeah, and she's still alive, by the way. This one bugged me. Martin Mull passing away. He did.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he hosted one of the great.
What was his show?
I was just about to say that, Terry.
Something tonight.
Terry, if you just let me get a word in edgewise. Terry Vincent, man, I'll tell you, this man's loquacious, but we're looking for that on the show today. I appreciate that.
Are you trying to impress me with the exuberance of your vocabulary?
Yeah, that's what I do.
There we go.
Now, look at his hat. You can't talk to him.
I do that as a public service. I don't know if his hat prints on camera, but what is that? What is that hat? And tell everyone.
It says United States Marine veteran.
Hoorah! Love that, man. Love that. Speaking of Marines, has Billy Dilly shown up? Hey, Billy, are you here?
No.
Oh, that's worrisome, because he could kick it and no one would tell us for weeks.
Mark just hit him up and no reply.
Oh, that's not good. That's not. All the good ones are dying, including but not limited to Martin Mull of Fernwood tonight. And then America tonight. Willie Mays. We lost one of the great baseball players.
Say hey, kid.
One of the greats, Willie Mays. Dabney Coleman.
I know.
Who was not, wasn't the nicest guy, but I would run into him at Dan Tana's on Little Santa Monica.
Yep.
Anytime I was in there. He's holding court in his booth, and if you walk in the place these days, it's right over there to the left, the first booth up against the wall on the left. And we tried to get him on the show a million times, and he even agreed.
Yep.
He said, "Yeah, I know. Well, the problem is I got nothing to promote. Now, if I got something to promote, then it takes me a while to prepare for a talk show. Because
that's like a perfect impression.
Really have to have all my my ducks in a row. And then Lori Downey Jr., who was my spousal equivalent at the time, she went out on a date with him. What a two-time, and that's Lori.
You told her to get him.
I did, and he promised to do our show.
That's why Matt said
if Lori went on a date with him, he promised, and guess what he didn't do?
Is that the fourth great lie?
He screwed us. He went out on the date, and he screwed us and never appeared on the show. So there he is. Good riddance. Nah, he was a good actor. He was a funny guy. Speaking of Fernwood Tonight and America Tonight, he was a regular guest on that Martin Mull TV show as well. Phil Donahue, Gonorrhea. Big lefty, left. I've watched some of the Phil Donahues because as a child, I used to watch that show, and I was intrigued by him. I don't find that he holds up. I watch him now, and I'm thinking, what a pompous ass. And he's so full of crap. So I don't know. I mean, I was never an Oprah Winfrey watcher. She sort of put him out of business, I think.
Yeah, well, her, and then there was Sally Jesse.
Yeah. How about them glasses? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sally Jesse, God bless you. She's dead. She's
God
been
rest
dead for
her
a while. Has that much talent. That's how much talent. Are you? Yeah, for those of you watching us on YouTube and on Rumble, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, easily procured by punching in kamalato.us. You will find us on YouTube that way.
Which we're almost done with that, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just a few days, man. And the inauguration, and no longer will we use that. When we bring in the rightful and real president in 2025.
And we get America back.
Oh, just can't wait. I am just sweating bullets waiting. And by the way, that's probably wrong terminology because I hope they're protecting him. Oh, am I worried?
Oh.
I mean, that's a real worry now.
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly, I'm surprised it took that long.
What?
That for it to be the attempts, because the only time they attempt to take out a president is when he's a threat.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he was a threat 4 years ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or 6 years ago.
And I don't want to go down the old conspiracy road, but I will tell you, man, the fact that first shooter cremated instantly, and we still don't know anything about this guy.
And they were all told that he was up there, and nobody paid attention.
Oh, please. The fix. I'm just saying.
Well, they shot one of
the fix is in.
One of them said they had the shot. They had him in their sights, and
Yeah.
they were told to back down.
Yeah.
Yeah. James Earl Jones never backed down as Darth Vader. And, yeah.
What a voice.
Oh, what a damn
The best in the
voice.
business, man.
What a voice.
If I had a voice like his, I probably would have found myself in broadcasting. I got to tell you, that man how big were they?
Huge.
And every role he played, he was magnificent.
Always great. Steve Lawrence, dead.
Edie Gourmet.
Steve Lawrence, yes. I always wanted that dude to be on the show, even though Frank Sinatra, always made fun of him. He and Vale, Jerry Vale. And Frank Sinatra would call him Jerry Fail. What a rude thing to do. Yeah.
Old Blue Eyes.
By the way, old Blue Eyes dead. And and Captain Stryker, a.k.a. Robert Hayes.
Alive.
That was, but what a great conversation on Christmas night. That made my night. He was in rare form, drinking his vino. And, I'm not a long phone talker, man.
He is.
Yeah, I'll stay on the phone 30 seconds normally, and Terry Vincent and I have had some long-winded conversations, but that's just not who I am. But I'll tell you, Christmas night, Bob was festive.
He was on one, man.
So I may have Bob on the show today. I think it's about time. And one of the producers of the greatest comedy of all time, Airplane 1, passed away. And when I said, we'll talk about that amongst other things, he said, hey, talk to one of the brothers. He said, if you want to talk about that, I said, okay, I'll be calling you. He said, okay, I'll take your call. So,
Zucker?
Well, one of the Zuckers, yeah. Any of the Zucker brothers.
Just give me a Zucker.
Yeah. He said, talk to the Zuckers, but no, we'll talk to Bobby.
Yeah, I love the scene in there when Barbara Billingsley was interpreting.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she
Ebonics.
speaks jive.
Ebonics, yeah.
Oh yeah, the best. Oh, the best.
Can jump on the mid.
Well, I mean, so that goes down in history as the funniest comedy movie of all time.
I wonder if I still have this. Normally I'm not in control of the buttons, but let me just see if I got this. Oh yeah, I got this. Okay, yeah, you mean this?
Ain't no thing.
Yeah, that's Airplane 1.
There you go.
Oh yeah, those guys. Oh, the Zuckers, and the dude that died. I can't think of his name right now. How friggin'
Leslie
ridiculous.
Nielsen?
No, the third producer.
Man, he probably didn't make your list, but
Jim Abrams.
Jim Abrams. Thank you, Mark C.G. Boyer.
But maybe I'm jumping the gun. The dude from SCTV that was in Happy Gilmore, I forget his name, stand-up, funny-ass guy. He was the guy that would go around heckling Adam Sandler in a movie.
Who the hell was it? So I did miss this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, damn it.
And he died?
Yeah, this year, just recently. Mark, he was in Happy Gilmore. He's
not a household name, but he's someone we would recognize.
You would know his name. You would know his name.
I would. Well, yeah. Well, that's because I'm Mr. Showbiz.
Well,
I'm Mr. Show Business.
I'm Mr. Fun. I'm Mr. Cigar. I'm Mr. Number One. Friends call me Magic Man. Whatever I touch turns to smoke in my clutch. Well, I'm too much.
Carl Weathers.
Well, that's another one that died from Happy Gilmore.
See, I was looking for my...
Bob Barker died.
Yeah, Bob Barker's a biggie. Yeah, I love Bob Barker.
Christopher McDonald. No, he was.
Hold on a second. Is that wait? Actor, not the guy from SNL, right?
Right.
No. Okay, let's get to some best and worst of 2024. This woke Jaguar ad. Terry, have you seen it? Have you watched it?
Sadly, yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, when listing the worst of 2024, it would be impossible to leave out Jaguar's woke car ad that didn't even feature a car in the ad. Now, we're not sure what Jaguar was thinking because, well, we weren't there for the ad pitch meeting. But if we had been there, I believe it would probably have sounded a lot like this.
All right, here we go. A jaguar prowling through the dense jungle, muscles ripping with raw power, when suddenly a Jaguar F-Type roars into frame, tearing through the jungle like a hurricane.
Okay, so picture this. A James Bond type character is behind the wheel of a brand new, luxurious Jaguar. He's speeding down a cobblestone street.
Oh my God, I am so sorry I'm late, guys. Prior traffic, the men were just, delicious. Okay, anyway, let's just follow me, okay? To hell with the car. We don't even show a car, and not even a Jaguar. That's so
Wait. We have to show the car.
No. You have to shut up and let me cook. Anyway, moving on. I just think we just show random people. Like, guys, is it a girl? Is it a robot? I don't know. Colors, pastels. I want people to have to Google what the hell this car looks like, okay? I want people just to know one thing, that we're loud and we're proud.
But we're a car company.
I just want one piece of advice for you. Shirt, dress, tacky. Just, when I saw you, I almost vomited. Okay, but anyway, let me just show you what I'm talking about, okay? Roll it.
Then they show the ad, of course, his vision.
Do you like it?
No.
I love it! Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so happy you liked it.
Wait, I know just the person to lead this.
Who?
Dylan Mulvaney!
I love her, Dad. I love her.
Oh, yeah. I love her. Oh, God. Can we put an end to this woke crap? Can we put an end to this woke crap in 25? All right, a lot to get to, including, the worst of 24, late-night talk show host who went nuts when Trump won. All that and less in mere minutes on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, on YouTube, on Rumble, and the best stations.
Trapped in a dive bar on the politically incorrect side of the tracks.
Cleaning my rifle, dreaming of you.
Radio from the Hollywood fringe. Smoking, drinking, interrupting. Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Cleaning my rifle and dreaming of you.
Scratching your audio itch every Saturday.
Okay, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and the finest radio stations in the country. Smoking, drinking, interrupted. With the best and worst of 2024, and our esteemed guest today, Terri Vincent, who is the cigar guy from Eugene, Oregon. And you've lived in Eugene for quite some time.
1984.
You have seen that state of Portland, where I was, the state of Oregon. I was born in Portland, and you've seen that state dismantled, much like we've seen your home state of California, right?
Yeah, it's sad, but it's the People's Republic.
Oh, it is. It's like Santa Monica. Santa Monica, I will go out of my way to never visit because it is the worst of the worst of the worst when it comes to lefty wokeness. I can't imagine ever. And by the way, it's always been the cops are on your tail in that town. Always there to print up a new ticket, man.
I gotta defend the Eugene PD.
Yeah.
Chief Skinner has done a very, very good job, and he runs a really good department. The cops are well respected. He handles things well. He's a little bit to the left, admittedly, but I got to say that the cops they do an admirable job.
Did they let the homeless take over Eugene also?
They don't have any control over that. That's city government. That's state and city government.
Right, and
and
they're mandated what they can and cannot
Absolutely.
do as cops. Yeah.
And I can tell you there are a lot of them that they're frustrated as much as anybody else.
Oh, I know.
But as far as the homeless thing goes, that's city and state regulation. And there's nothing they can do about it. They just have to follow the law.
Yeah, it sucks. But Biden, just 2024 alone, homelessness in the United States of America up 18%.
You proud of yourself, Joe?
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah. Nicely done, Joe Biden. Late night talk show hosts are, well, they suck.
Other than Gutfeld.
Yeah, he's good, and that's a good show. And obviously we say that because, well, we like America. We're fans of the United States of America. But these talk shows, it's scientifically impossible to spotlight the worst of 2024 without mentioning the late night talk shows on mainstream media outlets. And by the way, I think less and less we will designate them as mainstream, because I just don't think they're slowly but surely dissipating and to non-existence. They will be like the Meister Burger in those claymation. I always have the name except now. But those two guys who put those things together.
Rankin Bass.
Yeah, the Rankin Bass guys, man. But you got to mention these late night talk shows. Once again this year, they threw comedy out the window and replaced it. Man, Johnny Carson is spinning in his grave. Spinning in his grave. And they replaced comedy with their America-hating diatribe. Hey, let's flash back to November 6th, when No Talent's Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, and Seth Meyers threw themselves little pity parties.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go.
All day yesterday, I was walking around proudly wearing my I voted sticker. Today, I wore my I am questioning my fundamental belief in the goodness of humanity sticker.
It was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him, and guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet.
Well, guys, last night, America...
You know why we don't realize it? Because none of us are as smart as Jimmy Kimmel. That's what he's telling. He's telling us.
Smart.
He's telling us we're dumbasses.
He has decided to get back with the crazy ex and elect Donald Trump as the 47th president of the United States.
In this democracy, the majority has spoken, and they said they don't care that much about democracy.
Yeah, okay.
No, they said that they wanted Trump.
And they want democracy.
Exactly.
Because if democracy existed, it would have been Biden running for the second time. That's democracy, my friends.
I love the people that eschewed democracy that installed Kamala Harris rather than letting her be voted in by her people.
They got what they got, and we got what we deserved. A good America coming in the next year. Happy New Year, my friends. The best and worst of 24 when we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
doohickey that rolls?
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten him up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Happy New Year, my friends. Happy New Year. 2025 is going to be, I don't want to jinx it. I'm not going to jinx it. So welcome to it. We're not there yet. We're almost there. 2025. Some of our terrestrial radio stations, we are there. We are already there in the new year. About to bring in the rightful president of the United States. Should have won 4 years ago.
But I'm kind of glad he didn't.
Oh, I'm very glad he didn't, because we would not have seen the hellishness that came down over the last 4 years.
Yep.
And I don't think Americans would have united and said, wait a second, enough of this crap.
And what's amazing is, since November the 5th, he's got more accomplished as being president than Biden did in 4 years.
Hell yeah, man.
He's already on the move, man.
Yeah.
He's rolling.
Yeah, he's taking care of business. And as we continue our tour of the worst of 2024, we'd be remiss if we failed to include the millions of libtards who lost their S after Donald Trump's landslide victory. Was this not a joyful... You talk about the perfect definition of Schadenfreude. I mean, this is Schadenfreude to the nth degree. And I don't feel bad about loving these folks crying and going nuts over their loss, because their loss is the gain of true Americans who love the United States.
Yeah, not a peep from Robert De Niro, huh?
Oh, no, he's still talking. I've got some special. I've got some special Robert De Niro.
Tell you some, all right?
I got some special 2024 De Niro that you may not have heard coming up in just a few minutes. Yeah, Terry Vincent.
Oh no, I was just going to say that, they still don't have a clue why they lost.
I know why
they do not have a clue.
No, they don't. Well, maybe if they could specify what a woman is, what a female happens to, that could be a step in the right direction. Yeah, but these just...
I want to be a woman.
Millions of libtards all over social media who lost their frickin' minds. It was the greatest of all time. And I think it could be argued that these meltdowns belong on the best of the 2024 list. So you decide. I mean, best, worst. Enjoy the montage, my friends.
No!
Yes!
Why?
Yes!
Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
Yes! These are real people!
What is wrong with you? I can't do this anymore. I'm literally sick. I'm literally sick to my stomach.
Literally?
What has happened to America? What has happened to democracy? What has happened to freedom?
Good question, my sister.
This is a message to anyone who follows me. If you voted for Trump, unfollow me and block me. If you didn't vote, unfollow me and block me.
Yes.
The fact that it's this close means I've lost all hope in the American people. Like, it should not be this close. Why would anyone vote for this person? He's so evil. He's so demented. Kamala's not perfect. We all know that. We all know that. She is not a convicted felon, rapist, crazy fascist, dictator, psycho.
That's not okay.
Unlike the
This is not
37
okay.
that Biden commuted.
This simply will not do, and this is not okay, and I'm not good with this.
Well, damn it.
This is sick.
Dude, I'm going to use some of this on a rock song, man.
What the hell?
What's up? What up?
What's up?
It's like the What's Up commercial.
Yeah.
What's up?
That sounds like Steven Tyler.
I'm so glad you guys got your cheap ass groceries and your cheap ass fucking gas, because you're fucking broke as shit. You're fucking broke. You're fucking broke.
What?
Broke. I said
We're broke because of Biden.
I think what she's saying is because Trump's coming in,
Then we get
we're
our cheap
gonna
ass-
we're gonna get our cheap ass
You mean
gas
our
and
regular-
groceries.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a negative. Woo. Wait, there's a little more of this nutbag.
Since Trump won the election, we're cooked. Yup. I'm gonna be leaving the U.S. and I'm gonna be moving to Hawaii. So we'll see how it goes.
That is the
Those
best.
are the type of people.
Is that
right
not
there.
the best of all time?
Yeah.
Is that not, that tells you who these idiot
Yes.
sticks are, man?
I'm leaving Hawaii. I'm leaving the U.S. and I'm going to move to Alaska.
It's
That's
another
right.
example of the educational system of America.
Oh, failing us? Oh yeah. And this is a classic. And this may have come in at the end of 23. I don't care. It's worth listening to again. Jon Stewart, almost cognizant, and that's a rarity, my friends, on the Colbert Show. This is classic. This is gorgeous. And while you listen to this, understand, if you didn't watch it, understand that Colbert is having a meltdown because he can't believe that Jon Stewart is saying these things, that these certain things are coming out of Colbert's pie hole. Out of Stewart's pie hole. Colbert is going absolutely nuts, and he tries to talk him down, but Jon Stewart will. Colbert, that could be, but I think he still attempts to talk down Jon Stewart in jail.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
you've heard the latest
Yeah.
that they have found that some of our agencies had plants in the Wuhan lab that have finally admitted that they are responsible for it, and they deliberately kept it from going up to the president.
Well, the same thing with the cell phone and Hunter Biden. They kept that from the press. You know, they're just like, if you want liars.
Dirty.
If you want dirty, stinking liars to run the country, then, you had them for the last 4 years. And you said enough is enough. More of Jon Stewart because Colbert, John effing Colbert, if you're speaking the truth, then you must be siding with the right, with someone who is a quote-unquote right-winger. By the way, a-hole, it's not film, you big dummy, Colbert. And by the way, it was Jon Stewart who gave this guy a gig.
Yeah.
They put him on his effing TV show. And so the fact that they're disagreeing, wild, Colbert saying, down, boys, you're not agreeing with me, our side. Yeah, how about a break forever, Stephen Colbert? And by the way, his ratings are in the toilet as well as Kimmel's. Yeah. Kimmel, I understand, is finally just calling it quits because he wants to go out on the bottom. When we were playing the libtards losing it a few minutes ago, it reminded me of that teacher who had a real problem with pomegranates in class. And this is apolitical, but this was a teacher who simply hates pomegranates, and especially in her class, and she sounds exactly like these nutbags who went nuts after they discovered that Donald Trump won and will become our new president.
No pomegranates! No pomegranates!
None!
I don't want them anywhere near here. Am I clear?
Am I clear, she said.
Say the rule again.
Those are the kids. She has her students repeat after her.
Say it.
No pomegranates.
They're like, no pomegranates.
And somebody was videotaping this on their phone. I mean, this is the greatest. This is the friggin' greatest.
Is it because you think it's because they spit the seeds on the floor? I mean, why
You
no
eat the
pomegranate?
seeds.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. Oh, you eat pomegranate seeds?
Oh yeah, that's what you do. You break a
Why-
pomegranate.
Right, you're
you
right.
scoop the seeds
Get on
out,
that
you
mic,
eat it.
man. Otherwise, no one's hearing you, my friend.
I say that's what you do with a pomegranate. You scoop the seeds out, you eat the seeds.
Oh, I've never eaten the seeds.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
best part. That's all there is to eating a
That's
pomegranate.
how you eat it.
Is it
you-
really?
You
yeah,
eat the red
little,
seeds.
the little bit. They're full of juice.
I guess that tells you how long it's been since. Oh, that's right. They're red. That's right. So you do eat the seeds.
Yeah, they're full of juice.
Yeah. Well, obviously, if a kid is going to bring a pomegranate to school, you know they're going to spit it at a. I mean, a boy is going to spit that at a girl. You know that's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's no.
That reminds me. For the love of God, no pomegranates.
Oh yeah, Chris Farley. Yeah. God rest his soul. Another one that died in 24. No.
He's been dead for a while.
No, a few years ago. Yeah. Trump-hating celebrities put the pedal to the metal in 24 to stump for Kamala Toe Harris. Fortunately, it backfired big time, and they all got kicked right in the old ego-aroo. The worst of 2024 would not be legit if I did not include Alec Baldwin, Howard Stern, Sharon Stone, and Star Wars' own Mark Hamill declaring their hatred for Trump supporters.
Americans are very uninformed about reality, what's really going on.
I hate you for voting for him, for not having an intelligence.
Americans who don't travel, who 80% don't have a passport, who are uneducated, are in their extraordinary naivete.
In the grander scheme of things, who cares if I lose a part of the movie because I hate the orange atrocity?
His agent.
The orange atrocity.
Wow.
The orange atrocity.
These are sick people. They hate America.
Terry Vincent, our cigar man from Eugene, Oregon. Well, he's from here. He's from Southern California, born and raised here.
Pasadena.
What brought you to Eugene, Oregon from Southern California? Because we know it ain't the weather.
My wife's my wife was born in Eugene,
All right.
and she put up with me for 47 years, and during that time, she followed me everywhere and supported me with all my endeavors. And I had a business in Southern California that I sold, and I asked my wife what she wanted to do, and she wanted to be home near her parents. So we moved up here, and
Wow. That's
no,
where
you moved there.
moved back up
yeah,
to Eugene, and we took care of her parents.
That's where I effed up.
Yeah.
Because my ex said, well, look, I'm going back to Seattle. I want to be by my mom and my daughter. Oh, yeah, I'll be right there with you, honey. I didn't do it, so she left me.
Well,
well.
You know, it was, my wife put up with a lot of crap for 47 years.
Mine did too.
And I'm one of the luckiest men in the world.
Yeah. She's no longer with us, if you haven't guessed. But God bless her. God bless her.
God rest her soul.
But the one thing that I got to, excuse me for.
No.
The one thing that
no
I
apology zone.
never thought.
No apology
I
zone
would
on
say
this show.
this.
Yeah.
When this man was elected, I thought he was a freaking moron. I thought it was.
You're talking about Trump the first time?
No, John Fetterman.
Oh, John Fetterman. Well, yeah.
He's the only freaking Democrat
I
that's
know.
making any sense at all, and he's got it figured out, and he's told them all how come they lost. And this, I never thought I'd go.
Right.
This man's right on the track. He's right there, and I have to say, I thought he was an idiot when he got elected.
Yeah, well, you and I, and so many of us, because he came off as an idiot, and he doubled down on the natty clothes wearing, that he wouldn't dress up. I mean, at least show some respect and all of that. But I will tell you something. I would take a guy like this that exhibits a little common sense, like a Fetterman. He's the new Joe Manchin. I mean, he's Joe Manchin.
Well, the one thing that I have to say, I respect the man because he stayed true to who he was. He didn't conform to make everybody else happy.
Right. Well, you're talking about his party. He didn't kiss their asses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got him elected.
Yeah.
They wanted him in office, and now it's the old story. Careful what you wish for.
Well, and now they're thinking you're biting the hand that feeds you, right?
Yep.
And so, how long do you think it's going to take for this guy to figure this out and come over to our party? I mean, it could happen. I mean, it's
well. I think he's going to be pushed into it.
Well, case in point, man. Look at Trump's cabinet, for God's sakes.
Yep, Bobby Kennedy.
Oh,
Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh, they're just and they're good people, and I love how Trump stays true, and he talks about Bob Kennedy, and he says, "Well, I'm going to keep him away from everything except health. I'm going to keep him away from, I'm going to keep him away from the other stuff." I love that.
How about that? Have you guys heard? I heard it this week on the radio that Elon Musk. Something about he wants illegals to come in and work. Did you hear any of the story?
I don't know where
Elon Musk.
No, he's looking. There's a big one or
people are pissed. They're going, see, he's against Trump, and Trump, and they're saying Trump hates him for saying this. Now, what is it?
Well,
Terri?
There's a
I heard it this week.
There's a classification for entrance that has to do with if you're an expert in your field or you have a specialty.
Right, of course.
And
so he wants these people to be here.
That's what he's talking about, is bringing in these people from
Immigrants.
India and
As long as
Europe.
you do it legally.
As long as you do it legally. And that's the one word that escapes the Democrats' mouth is illegal
Of course.
immigrant.
No, Trump's not pissed in any way, shape, or
I know
form.
he's not.
He completely
Don't be
agrees.
Absolutely.
Elon Musk is spot on. I'm not saying that everything he says is spot
How
on.
the
but
hell
this
do you
is spot
think
on.
that we got the things that we have in this country? Look at Oppenheimer and these guys that came from Germany.
Yep.
If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have won the war.
Yep.
We wouldn't be where we are without the foreign intellect that came to this country.
And see what happens after so many years, and we are friendly with the Japanese, and the Japanese are friendly with us, even after the ugliness that went down.
We rebuilt virtually every country that we were at war with.
America's really good at doing that.
We did not go there to acquire.
No.
We went there to stop something. And then once it was over, we helped them. Now, the Japanese, we turned Deming down.
Yep.
And the Japanese accepted Deming, and Deming's the one that made them a great manufacturing nation because he taught them how to be manufacturers and how to produce and how to do it right.
See, Terry, I thought you were talking about the woman married to that wasn't Demi Moore?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me tell you a little something here. Happy days in 2025. And this would be the best of 2024. And it's only over the last, 6 weeks to 2 months? Donald Trump, God bless you. This will take us to break.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Oh, yeah.
Eat the cat.
Come on.
Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. 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 They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Talk about extreme.
And probably the best version of a Trump song in 2024 and the best of 2024 has got to be this one. And I still don't have the name of the dude who produced this, but this is pure brilliance.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the
from a classic show, from the Outlaw Radio archives, another classic moment.
And those cigars are always Connecticut shade from Connecticut.
There you go.
Hey, did you, Dr. Drew, being from Connecticut and all, did you ever wear the sweater over your shirt with the?
No. You wear the
what?
You wear the
yeah.
The two Lacoste shirts,
That's
one
it.
on top of the other, or two collared button-down shirts.
That's it. Okay.
I could never get that. I would look.
Very Brooks Brothers.
The guys who grew up in that area. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
See, this is what. So when you were, I knew the answer to that question, Drew. I knew that you weren't a douche.
Well,
see, I
Wait a
always
minute, you
known
don't have
that.
to be a douche to wear that. But I was raised.
Stop, everyone. Okay, Frank. You notice I didn't ask you because you are Mr. Manhattan, and of course you're
Actually, no. That's Westchester County.
Upper East Side, and gay. You have to be a nappy dresser.
I got news for you. I was dressing that way before I knew I was gay, and don't go there, Howard.
He's
It's
doing the game
Palm
now.
Beach and Westchester County.
When was that? Before Inception?
It is
Come
Westchester.
on.
Westchester for sure.
Yeah.
Westchester County for sure.
I never got
Brooks Brothers.
I never
It is, and then outside of D.C., the same thing. It used
Yes,
to be with,
Choate and those guys, and
Yep.
we were Groton or whatever the hell those kids were.
Did you dress another potato dish?
Dress in Brooks Brothers suits to go to 8th grade?
Actually, no. At St. Mary's, that was no, because we had uniforms. It was a Catholic school.
Yeah.
How'd that go for you?
The reason why they did that in the Catholic school is this way you could not tell who was poor, who was rich. Everybody looked the same.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with
they do that now.
Instead of the big old baggy, stupid pants that come down way below your underwear.
I just want to go over and just pull their pants up for
I have no problem with that.
Cannot.
All right, I look forward to talking to Dr. Drew. And by the way, an unexpected treat to have this man on the show.
Very much so.
I like him a lot.
I love stopping by. You guys are sort of out of my orbit, where this is. And so it's hard for me to get out here, but my wife's out of town. Howard and I were talking yesterday.
Party time, Drew.
Perfect.
Hey, Drew, we're out of our orbit.
And that was another classic moment from the Outlaw Radio archives. While driving along, top down, hair whipping in the wind, the radio turned up so loud bugs burst and birds scatter. You've got it locked on the greatest show on earth. Tanned, relaxed, and grinning. The legendary Outlaw Radio.
Welcome back, my friends.
You give me that funny feeling in my tummy.
Welcome back. The best and worst of 2024 here on Matching Match Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and the finest radio stations in the world. Mark C.G. Boyer is with us. My brother Mark, Terri Vincent from Oregon, really from Southern California, but resides in the once great state of Oregon. And we say that about California as well, the once great state of California. You can say that about so many. Chicago, though, has always been pretty liberal, right? Illinois?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but even though Chicago, I never had a bad time in Chicago.
Yeah, but Matt, you can't call the whole state, the whole state of Oregon, because I will tell you this.
Yeah. Well, Eastern Oregon,
Grants Pass, and even the coastal areas, some of them are really beautiful. They're nice. They're great. I don't know about the people.
No, I'm not talking about aesthetically.
If you look at a map of the electoral vote process,
yes,
other than Lane County, Washington County, Clackamas County, the whole state's red.
Yeah, right.
It's the population centers, and this is exactly why the Democrats are trying to get rid of the
population
electoral
centers like
college.
Portland,
They want to get rid of the population centers because 80% of the population is east of the Mississippi. But yet, if you look at the map, west of the Mississippi, it's Oregon, Washington, California, and it's the Northeast that have the population density, and that's why they want to control it.
If the Electoral College is gone, we lose America.
Oh, absolutely.
Completely.
There'll never be another Republican.
Because the founding fathers were that effing smart, and these guys were only in their 20s. You ever really thought about this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
These were young guys who were pure brilliance. I mean, this is brilliant. And, of course, the left wants the Electoral College gone, so a handful of areas will run the United States into the ground. I mean, what more proof do you need than living here in the once great state of California? For God's sakes, Terry.
That's why we're a constitutional republic as opposed to a democracy.
We're not a democracy.
A democracy is nothing more than mob rule.
Yes, of course.
51% of the people control 49% of the people.
Yeah, it is. It's just enough. It's
Did
enough.
you say Willamette County?
No.
Where would you say?
I didn't say that.
It's
no, because
it's not Willamette. It's Willamette in Oregon. It's
Right.
Willamette in Indiana.
No.
It's
No,
right.
it's Willamette because I fished the Willamette. I fished all
It's
those
Willamette
rivers.
in Oregon. But if you go to Indiana and say Willamette, they'll correct you and tell you no, it's Willamette.
Well, that's where they.
Well, okay. What is the state
Spokane?
east of us, Terry? What is that state east of us? Here in Southern California, what is that? What is that state?
Nevada.
Oh, he almost did it.
Most people say Nevada. It's Nevada.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you corrected yourself.
Oh, but he stopped himself.
No, until
you would have out.
Oh, we had.
I know. I've heard him.
We would have had you throw you out.
I have heard him.
We would have had to call Terry Vincent a dumbass, and that's the last thing I will do to someone who served our country. So thank you for retracting quickly.
And here's a tidbit of useless information.
Yeah.
The most mountainous state in the United States is Nevada.
Is that right?
Yep.
Is that now that I didn't know? That I did not know.
I did not know.
I just turned into Johnny Carson. All of a sudden.
And outside of Australia, I believe they produce more opals in Nevada than they do.
All right.
Opals?
There's something I don't give an S about. But I appreciate the info because I like learning that, and you will always learn if you spend some time with Terry Vincent.
You learn about opals
from the great state of Oregon.
Oregon.
See, the tourists call it Oregon, and it's true. The tourists call it Oregon.
Yeah,
well, Spokane,
Oregon.
You know Spokane, Washington.
You mean Spokane?
Yeah,
of course.
Same crap.
Oh, yeah. One of the best things to witness in 2024 was lifetime Democrats opening their eyes to the fact that their party abandoned them. It's so nice when you find someone that understands this. Bill Maher proved that while he still hates Donald Trump, he does not hate America enough to simply toe the line and push the libtard narrative. For example, when the NFL played the Black National Anthem at the Super Bowl in February, Maher called him out and correctly labeled it segregation.
I think when you go down a road where you're having two different national anthems, colleges sometimes now have, many of them have different graduation ceremonies for black and white, separate dorms. This is what I mean, segregation. You've inverted the idea. We're going back to that.
Yeah.
Under a different name.
Yeah, and he's spot on there.
Oh, that's true as hell.
Bill Maher is spot on there. He also made the best of 2024 because Bill Maher had the stones to call out the Democrats' idiocy before and after the election. Sounded like this.
Kamala spent 100 days telling voters, I know it feels like crime and illegal immigration are bad, but fuck your feelings. Look at this chart. Yes, there's a lot to not like already about the new regime, but maybe take 1 week to ask what you did wrong. The basis for Democratic campaigns has become, we're the smart people. That we know from the get-go. No need to look into that. We know that a priori, which is a Latin phrase the Red Hat people wouldn't have a clue about. But they don't need to. Have you seen my "In This House We Believe" lawn sign? See, it says right on it, we believe in science. Right, which is why you demanded no one even debate whether COVID could have escaped from the one lab in the one city where they were studying it. How far-fetched.
Nice.
The New York Times called it racist. Democrats have become like a royal family that, because of so much incest, has unfortunately had children who are retarded.
How about that, eh? But old Bill Maher didn't stop there. After Trump won, he wasn't afraid to rub the libtard's nose in it, and that is why Bill Maher is on the list of best of 2024, my friends.
Okay, and finally, new rule. Someone must tell the usual suspects on the far left that the saying is, when you're in a hole, stop digging, not keep digging. Talk about doubling down on what got you fucked in the first place. Even the one concession I've heard a few people on the losing side offer, that liberals should stop saying the Trump voters are stupid, comes with a kind of unspoken parentheses. We know they are stupid, just don't say it.
Yeah, right, yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, I got bad news for you. They don't have a monopoly on stupid. You wear Queers for Palestine t-shirts.
Nice. Nice.
And masks 2 years after the pandemic.
Nice.
And you can't define woman, I mean person who menstruates. You're the teachers' union education party, and you've turned schools and colleges into a joke.
Yeah, nicely done, Bill Maher, man. There's hope for Bill Maher yet. Maybe 25 will be the year he finally jumps ship from the Democrat Party. Anyone? Mark? Anyone? Get off your phone. Why are you on your phone, Mark?
He's not on his phone.
Oh, he was sleeping. Yeah, I know. He's either on his phone or he's taking a little snooze-a-roo.
Yeah.
One of the great moments of 24 was our buddy Ronnie Shell. Ronnie Shell, you know from here. I'll pull this up here. You know him from this classic television show. Oh yeah. 93-year-old Ronnie Shell, still with it. God bless him. I'm knocking on some wood over here, by the way.
Love him.
I love my buddy of, 35, 40 years? Yeah, I've known that man a long time.
I've known him for 20, so you know him for double that.
Ronnie Shell, the great character actor in a bunch of Disney movies, and he was also in a sitcom with Goldie Hawn that did not last long.
Good Morning World.
Yeah, but as he says, when we said, so you're working with Goldie Hawn, it's before she was married, and you used to study lines in
he was not married.
In your apartment.
Yeah.
So, and then Ronnie says, all right, you do the math.
You do the math.
Yeah. I got to tell you, because I have always had a thing for Goldie Hawn. Oh, I've found her attractive.
Sweetheart.
She has a genius IQ, by the way.
Is she that smart?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's why she married the cool dude, man.
No, they're not married. They've been together.
Did they?
No,
they finally didn't tie the knot.
No.
Well, yeah. See,
you don't have to.
Well, no, there's no law. I mean, I'll tell you what. That's because there's no gun pointing to your head to do such a thing.
Right.
The great Ronnie Shell. Oh, now I got to find this now. Hold on just a second. This was a classic moment in 24. One of my favorite moments, and
when he was here,
spurred on by my buddy in Oregon. I don't know the town he lives in. But my buddy Petey, where's my meaty? He sort of gave me a clue without saying, Matt, you got to play this. And I said, oh, man, how could I do a rundown of the great moments of 24 without playing this clip? Ronnie Shell telling a story about Alan Ladd. Alan Ladd, who is a famous movie star back in the day. And Alan Ladd, he had a penchant for chickens. Right? Mm-hmm. And this was told to us by Ronnie. I have no reason not to believe its validity. Ronnie Shell on this show in 2024.
These girls, showgirls,
right,
got together with Alan Ladd, supposedly, and said, "Is it true that you like to fool around with chickens?"
Okay.
And I guess he said yes.
All right.
And so what happened was these girls circled him.
Okay. These showgirls.
Yeah, showgirls circled him.
Circled Alan Ladd.
Yeah, circled Alan.
All right.
And he was in the center with a chicken.
All right. Was he clothed?
I don't remember. I'm just telling the story.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And so the girls started going around while singing this song.
All right.
Alan lad, you simply got to that chicken.
So the girls are singing what?
You simply got to You've simply got to
Simply.
that chicken.
So the girls are singing verbatim those words.
What the hell?
And by the way,
I don't know if he ever fucked the chicken, but
but Ronnie, what makes this story work is the word simply.
Yeah. Simply, that's it.
Does it right?
That's what makes the whole thing funny.
Because for them to say simply,
yeah.
you simply have to.
That's true. But that part is a true story. I don't think.
What?
I don't think he ever did fuck chicken.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Shell. Oh, God.
I don't think he ever did F the chicken.
I got to tell you, man, that man, an American icon and an American treasure here in the United States of America. And he and I, we don't necessarily, well, see, he's one of these guys that we, quote unquote, don't see eye to eye politically, but he's wrong as my Uncle Dick in Northern Nevada is wrong. Uncle Dick, as I understand it, voted for Kamala Harris because of his hatred for Donald Trump. But Uncle Dick is a gun-toting, loves his rights, government stay out of his business, but yet, who is it, Uncle Dick, that wants to take your effing guns?
He sleeps with a hog leg
and F the chicken? It's the left. It's Kamala. It makes absolutely no sense. Ronnie Shell is the same guy. He's that old school Democrat, Terry. And I know you run across these guys and gals that they can't get it out of their system that their party left them.
They can't tell you why they hate Trump.
Right.
They hate Trump.
Right.
And that it isn't that it isn't his policies or they just hate Trump.
It's a derangement.
What it is Trump can't be bought. Right. And that's what they don't like. And since he can't be bought, Trump doesn't care what he says about people because he'll expose anybody. He doesn't care what party you're in.
Yeah.
And he calls it just the way it is.
I believe a lot of this comes from, at least for my Uncle Dick in Dayton, Nevada, I think Uncle Dick just can't stand this loudmouth New Yorker. You know, I think it has something to do with that.
Well, Dick.
And it makes absolutely no sense.
Because our Uncle Dick is known to be a loudmouth all his life. And it's like...
a much louder mouth than Trump.
Oh, God,
yes,
man.
and caustic. Much more caustic than Donald Trump.
Yeah, man.
I don't always like what he says or how he says
I know that.
I like what the man does.
Yes.
And that's
Proof's in
what
the
I
pudding, my
care
friend.
about,
That's
is what he does.
Terry Vincent, that's who we vote for. We want someone who will make America what we see as a great America, which is a modicum of fairness, a modicum, and not prices through the friggin' roof, and not the gouging or the gauging, as Kamala likes to say.
What I love, too, is, and I used to get into this with my father-in-law, because he was a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat,
all right,
as was my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would ask him, why do you hate the Republicans and love the Democrats when it's the Democrats, you bitch about taxes all the time, and it's the Democrats that always raise your taxes, it's the Republicans that roll the taxes back.
Yeah.
But you hate the Republicans. I don't get it.
It makes absolutely no sense, except that that's the way their parents were, and they are falling in line, man.
And Matt, it goes back
Lockstep.
to what you just said, about hiring the best person for the job. And it's like, even on my job sites, I do construction for a living, and I'll tell you what,
you don't have to have dinner with Trump, and you don't have to sleep with a man.
I said, give me the right tool for the job. Let me tell you what I need to do this job, because I'm an equipment operator. I'm not going to show up and you have equipment for. No, I want the right tool. I don't want what you think is right for me. No, I want the right tool or the right person with me.
It's like the old joke when the plumber comes to your house, he spends 5 minutes to fix a job, and he charges you $200. And you look at him and say, why did that cost me $200? He says it didn't. He says it cost you $5 for me to come here, and it cost you $200 for me to know what to do when I get here.
That's right, for all of the experience. It's
And
so true.
Reagan said when he got elected, he says, I don't have to be the smartest man in the room. I have to hire the smartest people.
100%, and that's Donald Trump, and this was a great highlight from 2024. As we go to break, we'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Well, the tide is finally turning, and Kamala's speech is slurring. Thank God we're saying bye to Joe. Screw the woke, screw the woke, screw the woke. And the mainstream media's dying, their viewers shaving their heads and crying. What is a woman? Well, they still don't know. Screw the woke, screw the woke, screw the woke. They tried to stop us by taking his life, but they missed, so it's fight, fight, fight. The left really thought they'd beat the right, and they fought, but they lost, thank the Lord. Now January is coming, half of Hollywood's already running. They're finding new countries to call home. Screw the woke, screw the woke, screw the woke.
Yeah, the celebrities that were supposed to be no longer here in the United States, are they still here?
Well, this last election, when Trump got elected, they threatened to leave the United States. They want us to believe them, but yet they lie to us constantly because not one of them has left the country.
But they're consistent because they're on the left, they're the woke left, and what do when something emits from their pie hole? We know it's a lie.
Their lips move.
We know it's a lie.
Well, Ellen DeGeneres, she took her Porsche and they moved out, but it was for a different reason. They said it was because of Trump. No, it's because P. Diddy was going to come out and expose them. That's why.
Yeah.
You know what? I shouldn't have come back just then.
Why?
Well, here. This is for terrestrial. And by the way, for those of you watching us on YouTube and on Rumble, a little behind the scenes, I was supposed to hit this.
Now you can take your smoking, drinking, interrupting obsession with you 24 hours a day on any phone or device. And it's all free. Just go to your friendly app store and search for Outlaw Radio. Then look for the red letters on the sign with the bullet holes in it and download it. It's free. Listen free on the road, in your car, at the beach, or in your backyard. It's all free from Outlaw Radio.
This is Buddy Twist saying goodnight from Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies. Welcome back, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Stupid son of a bitch.
One of the best songs of 24. Here we go. Enjoy a little Nazareth.
Does the president regret saying what he said about Peter?
No. No. No, no, no. Absolutely.
No. Really?
Yes. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
What a great song. It was never a huge hit for Nazareth, but a great song, man.
Killer song. I gotta start playing this.
Great tune. Hey, welcome to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
I think Love Hurts was their big hit.
No, that was. And it was a remake of not the Hollies, but Righteous Brothers? No. Another... I'm thinking of another brother team. Dream.
Everly Brothers.
It was an Everly Brothers song, and they did a remake, Love Hurts, and it turned out to be a massive hit. Big in 2024. We're doing the best of and the worst of 2024 here on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and the finest radio stations in the world and the United States of America. And what's up, Wasa? We love our Wasa and our Wisconsinians because they brought it in. They brought it in. That was the state that brought in the win for Donald Trump. And we were talking earlier with Terri Vincent, who, he lives in Oregon, and the fact that, it's the big population centers that bring in the votes for the lefties and the liberals. Well, that happens in Wisconsin, too. However, we couldn't have won this without those large population centers in Wisconsin finally saying, screw this. Screw this. And we got a lot of that vote, man.
They got all 7 of them.
Yeah, it was just, it was the greatest. It's just, I love it when a plan comes together. I should use that in a TV series.
Yeah.
This was big in 2024, and one of my faves, like Chuck Barris would say from The Gong Show. Oh, and P.S. In 25, I'm looking forward to J.P. Morgan being on this show. Do you remember her?
Oh, yeah.
On The Gong Show?
Oh, yeah.
She's 94 years old. 94, so we got to get her really quickly.
Yeah, she was another one that didn't care what she said.
No, and again, I love her for that. Probably a big lefty, don't care politically. I just know that she was funny on The Gong Show. But by the way, Chuck Barris, yes, a big lefty. I don't know if he'd be a woke lefty if he was still alive, but I talked to him years ago, and, you know, he's one of those old school Democrats who's now dead. But this was one of my faves. Did you know, Terry Vincent, that Elon Musk, in all of his wisdom, he produced a Tesla car alarm?
No.
Well, it sounds like this. So the big question in radio and television and comedy is, how long are you going to do that,
Oh,
Matt?
no, you shoved that.
How long are you going to do that, Matt? Right? Isn't
Well,
that
no,
isn't that the question?
Right, but you got to do it over and over and over and over and over. And that's it. That's, yeah. Shoving people's faces until they laugh or they hate you.
Okay.
Just to the point of ad nauseum,
Oh,
where
yeah.
it just starts to piss you off, right?
It's like Seth MacFarlane.
So that,
Yeah.
that should be the end.
It's like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Right.
Yeah, I want to be with you.
His listenership just dropped.
When we return, my friends, my friendlies, one of the greatest of 2024, if not the greatest, and Danica Patrick, despite it being career cancer, she went on record, and God bless her. We'll be this after back. Okay, mics are up. For those of you watching us on YouTube and on Rumble, and you missed a great one. Terry Vincent just offered our other Marine in the house in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar some 118 proof bourbon, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna." This is, of course, Billy Dilly. He said, "Well, I'm gonna go grab my shot glass," and Terry said, No, this is sipping bourbon. This is really good stuff. And Billy said, well, that's something I haven't learned. And I think Terry said, you mean sipping? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so he's shooting it. He's coming back.
That's a waste of good bourbon.
Yeah. But this is, what is the name of this for those? And by the way, we don't have a dog in this fight. I mean, I wish they were his sponsor, but they're not.
No, this is still Austin. And what we're consuming.
So it's really whiskey. It's not bourbon.
No. This is single cask strength, pure bourbon.
So it's got to come from Kentucky then.
Well,
I mean, if it's bourbon, it's got to be from Kentucky.
Not necessarily, because it's like everything else.
Wait. Did they change the laws a few years ago? They may have changed the laws.
Well, it's just like cigars. Years ago, if a cigar said Dominican, Honduran, Nicaraguan, it had to be made in that country, and it had to be 100% that tobacco.
Right.
They changed it, and that's when you got blending. It has to be finished in that country, which means it has to be boxed and sealed in that country.
So that the origin is where the cigar is finally presented and put into the box.
It's like a lot of John Deere tractors are manufactured in Canada or Mexico under 90 horsepower. It used to be this way, but they're built in the United States, so they can be classified. They're U.S. made because over 91% of it was manufactured in the United States.
Kentucky bourbon can only be made in Kentucky. You
No,
can make bourbon everywhere else.
Stop. Mark, and by the way, I'm so glad this is for you on YouTube and on Rumble. I'm so happy that you heard that. Listen to the quote again from Mark C.G. Boyer.
Directly from...
No, stop. This was my turn. The quote from Mark C.G. Boyer was, Kentucky bourbon can only be made in Kentucky. Did you...
Labeled. If it's labeled Kentucky...
It's Kentucky bourbon. Of course it's from Kentucky.
But you can make bourbon anywhere
But you can't say Kentucky unless it's from Kentucky.
Right.
That's what it said. I repeat.
I'm telling you, I'm not talking about bourbon. I'm talking about Kentucky bourbon. Obviously, if it's Kentucky bourbon, where would it be made? Eugene, Oregon? I don't think so,
No,
Terry.
There is bourbon made in Oregon, but it's not Kentucky bourbon.
And it's whiskey, or are they calling it bourbon?
It's bourbon.
So the laws changed a few years ago. This used to be, as they do in France, it must, in order for it to be a champagne, and this law
from the Champagne region.
This is still on the books. It must be from the Champagne region of France. Otherwise, it's sparkling water or
wine.
It's sparkling wine.
I didn't know we came back, man. Are we back?
Well, no, this is for our folks watching us on YouTube and our Rumble.
And Mark's arguing again about something because he
I
loves
just read a post
No,
of Matt
he
jumping on me.
Yeah.
for reading somebody
He was
else's
producing
post.
because he said
making a clarification.
Terry, you don't understand about Mark.
No, because he
Mark
said
likes to be right.
Mart, hold on. No, that's not what this is about. But Mart, I will tell you what Mark said. He said, he didn't say I just discovered, I'm paraphrasing, but I just discovered that Kentucky bourbon can only be made in Kentucky.
No, I did not
It
say
can
that.
be-
I said I read a post.
to claim Kentucky bourbon, it has to be made
In Kentucky.
Otherwise, it's just bourbon.
Not to be confused with Lake Oswego bourbon.
Where's Kentucky Fried Chicken originate from?
Tennessee. No, shoot the messenger.
Hey, Terry.
Goddamn.
Yes.
Look at Mark. Don't use the Lord's name in vain.
No, he just said, by the way,
I don't like that.
So what? You don't like it. That's what Mark did, and that's what he does.
I know you said GDM.
Whether we like it or not, that's what Mark did.
Well,
some things we got to put up with, like this.
Doohickey, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
Very cool.
He just passed out. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Have to lighten them up loud.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Have to lighten them.
Oh, little outlaw radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Yeah, I love it so much.
Well, the tide
We're gonna do
is
it again.
finally turning.
Oh, yeah.
And Kamala's speech is slurring.
It's just music to my ears.
Thank God we're saying bye to Joe.
Yeah.
Screw the woke.
Screw the woke.
Screw the woke.
Everybody sing.
And the mainstream media's dying. Their viewers shaving their heads and crying.
Oh, yeah.
What is a woman? Well, they still don't know.
Screw the woke, screw the woke, screw the woke.
They tried to stop us by taking his life, but they missed, so it's fight, fight, fight. The left really thought they'd beat the right, and they fought, but they lost, thank the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Now January is coming. Half of Hollywood's already running. They're finding new countries to call home.
Oh, yeah.
Screw the woke.
Screw the woke, screw the woke. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. I would be in a different place right now if indeed the rightful president didn't win.
Now you mean physically be in a different?
No, I would be
geographically. You'd be in a different place.
Well, geographically, I hope to be in a different place and out of this once fine state of California very soon. I won't be finding myself in Oregon. I won't be finding myself in Washington. It'll be Nevada. By the way, solidly red. Finally saw, I mean, it went a little red when they elected their governor, and then I knew it was going red. I knew it. Even though Kamala was the smart one who came up with the no tax for tips, and then Trump stole that idea.
I know.
How about that, Terry? How about
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
amazing.
How does Kamala get? I mean, Kamala comes up with a brilliant idea, and Donald Trump gets raked over the coals. But they believe that it was Trump who came up with the idea. Love that. Love it. You know, it doesn't all have to be truth.
As long as they do it, who cares?
By the way, Billy, why were you tardy today?
Yeah, what Billy?
Were you late?
Our second Marine in this 1876 Virginia City Nevada style bar. What the hell happened, Billy Dilly?
Give him a mic, Mark.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk to me.
We were working at work.
Wait, I got your mic working there. Get on that thing.
We were working at work.
We
Don't
were
you know
working
we
at work. Yeah.
It's hiatus.
It's hiatus where?
Well, somebody did some electrical
Okay,
work in the
take it
building.
back, Mark. Why do you ask him questions when this is So the
Well, we were working at work.
Anyway, the bottom line is I was worried that Billy Dilly something happened to him. I worry about him.
Took
man.
a header on the road.
Yeah.
I accomplished something at work today.
You accomplished what at work today?
What did you accomplish?
The side of the building that has Kenwald on it got painted.
All right. And other things that are so uninteresting
gets
to
really
those
mad.
watching. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, he's a Marine.
He was watching paint dry.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. and as you know, I only use the term and the word literally when it's literal.
Yeah, and he stood there and watched the paint dry.
So on we go with the best of 2024, my friends. This is short and sweet, but we cannot hear this enough times. Ladies and Doberman, welcome to the new year.
The Fox News decision desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
Yeah!
Yes, thank God.
And when that happened, I changed channels to watch CNN and MSNBC. and they were just beside them. They were crying that the world was coming to an end. It was just the most tragic thing to watch.
No, the world would have came to an end.
Speaking of that, Terry, I have some of that in audio in just a few minutes.
It was hilarious.
It is the best. You know, with your permission, if you don't mind, I need to hear that again. It is music to my ears.
The Fox News decision desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
Yay! It was about 11:15.
Oh, how good is that? Oh, yeah.
A day that will live in infamy.
Yeah. You bet your ass. You know, Terry Vincent, he didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance at winning.
Oh, no.
Not a chance.
No, even right up to the end.
Well, the experts, quote unquote, the experts, see, because listen to the experts. They know because they're experts.
Yeah.
It is the biggest crock of crap. When you hear expert, run. Run. Don't walk, run.
Well, Matt, this whole poll, this whole campaigning and stuff, you said it's the polls are BS.
Oh, yeah.
Well, these fake polls.
It was just the opposite of the last election.
Right.
The Republicans the Democrats weren't going to admit who they were voting for this time.
Mm-hmm.
And they voted for Trump.
Yes.
But they wouldn't tell the polls that because they didn't want to be ostracized.
Yep.
Just like the last time, the Republicans
The
wouldn't.
polls are BS. Anyway, I don't
Yeah, I mean, slam dunk. Yeah, because you have to listen to, you're asking the question and you have to believe in the answer. And it's true. It's a big crock of crap.
It is.
Hey, despite it being career cancer, a group of brave celebrities, well, they put it all on the line and publicly backed Donald Trump for president, including Sly Stallone. And for a guy like that, I don't think he gives an S anymore. It's like he's got his career. He's still doing his great not Netflix, but Prime.
Tulsa.
Whatever the hell
Tulsa
it is.
King.
It is a great show. Are you watching that,
Oh,
Terry?
yeah, that and Landman.
Yeah, oh, by the way, there's only one season, though, right?
Of what?
Landman.
Landman, this is the first season. Tulsa King just finished its second, and he's confirmed for another, I think, 2 seasons.
I even subscribed to Paramount because I wanted to see the second season. Then I discovered, well, there's not a second season of Landman available.
Is that Sam Elliott?
Billy Bob. Billy Bob
Thornton.
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
And he's perfect in that role.
He is. He really is. Yeah,
he's
perfect in every role.
Yeah. He is so good, even though his politics suck, man. His politics suck, but he's good. You know, we were, the fact that we're on the right, we can identify and acknowledge when someone is good, and we don't hate them. We just think their politics suck.
You know, it's like you said earlier, I don't have to go drinking with you.
Right.
I don't have to sleep with you. I don't have to. I just have to be able to work with you.
That's it.
And, you know, it's called being an adult. It's called being able to separate your life.
But you're talking about being an adult. You're not talking.
I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, you're not talking to the woke left.
No,
because they are not.
No, but I'm. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we had our old faithfuls. I mean, the folks that we know where they stand, like Kid Rock, John Voight, Dennis Quaid, Mel Gibson, John Rich. What a good guy,
Gary
man.
Sinise.
And I love his stuff. Friend of the show, John Schneider. You know, 100% out there supporting Trump. Hulk Hogan, Scott Baio,
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, well.
Oh, Wahlberg's big. Oh, yeah. The next day, remember the shirt that I bought?
Yeah.
The whole freaking country.
He moved to Nevada to get away from it.
Yeah, but
he
Mark has not gone on record as saying that he's a Trump guy.
He wore the shirt that I bought the next day online on Instagram.
But
all
it
over.
doesn't say he's a Trump guy. He's couched it very carefully. Mark Wahlberg still doesn't want to be, he's still young enough and he has enough play in his career where he doesn't want to be completely ostracized by the left in Hollywood.
Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, yeah, he's always been on the right. A good man.
But they're finally coming forward, and they're admitting it in Hollywood.
Mel Gibson.
They're finally.
I mentioned Mel, yeah.
And they've gone and started their own entity to create and give jobs to people.
Well, Matt, another guy
Yep.
that really hasn't come out because
Yeah.
he's got Adam Sandler. Because it's like, but we know where Adam stands.
Oh yeah, Adam is.
Schneider?
Rob Schneider, but Adam's whole posse that he surrounds himself
Oh,
with,
yeah,
of his
they're-
actors, he doesn't surround himself with.
No, they're not
reason.
dumbasses. They're not dumbasses. Yeah.
I hired
Yep.
these guys for a reason. I like working with them. Oh, yeah, I love working with these guys. They're great. They're really good people.
Former IndyCar driver Danica Patrick
And what up, babe?
publicly admitted she had never voted before, but felt compelled to back Donald Trump because things under Diaper Joe and Kamala Harris were that bad.
This is the first election that you're going to be voting in. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. It's not something I'm proud of. I feel like it could not only make America great again, but make America greater than it's ever been.
Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that great? Danica Patrick, love that gal.
Yeah. And the one thing that makes me mad are people that say I'm not going to vote.
Oh, yeah.
That's the greatest gift we have
You
in
bet
this
your
country.
ass.
And
Bet
I
your
don't
ass.
care who you vote for. Vote.
Oh, I do.
And
I care.
well,
Oh,
no,
I care.
No,
I care.
What I'm saying
I'm
is
not gonna couch this
as
crap.
long
I care.
as you vote, you know, and to say my vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
How many elections in the last few years have been decided by
Fifty-
margins of
50,000.
handfuls?
Yeah. However, I would rather the Democrats don't vote. So that
Unless they vote for our side.
Well, yes, but
Hey, Mark, is this the first year you voted Republican?
Yes.
God bless you, brother.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
God
whoa,
bless you.
whoa, whoa. That means you voted for douchebag 4 years ago?
No, it means that.
No, stop it, stop
No, it means
it,
he didn't
stop
vote
it.
4 years ago.
It means you didn't vote?
He didn't share his vote.
You didn't vote.
His question was.
His question was simply this:
Republican.
is this the first year you voted Republican?
And this is the first year I voted as a Republican. That's my registered
No,
party.
not as a Republican. Did you vote Republican?
I voted Republican on the ticket all the way through this year.
But
I
you
did
said
not
this,
last
but Mark C.G. Boyer, you said this is the first year you voted Republican. So whom did you vote for 4 years ago?
I did not vote for Joe.
So who
his
did you?
question to me
Stop!
is
I heard his
all of
question.
it.
Shut up! I heard it. Everyone heard it.
But then why do you need to continue?
Everyone heard it because you don't want me to double down on this 4 years ago.
I just told you the answer.
No, you did
I
not.
told you what I thought
Who
his
did you
question
vote
was. I
for
answered
4
it.
years
You don't
ago?
need to continue.
Who did you vote for 4 years ago?
I told
then?
you I didn't vote for Joe.
Then who did you vote?
I have no fucking remembrance. I don't remember, Matt.
So
I don't remember who I voted
So
for
who
this
was
year.
who was third party? Do you remember Terry?
No,
F-
I-
4
no,
years.
I
No,
don't remember.
4 years
wait,
ago.
wait. All of a sudden, your name is Terry. Terry Vincent. Who was third party 4 years ago?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, see, Mark.
But apparently, Mark voted for a third party candidate that he can't even remember now.
No, I don't remember who was running against him. Trump?
What? Of course.
I don't remember.
Matt, he doesn't remember
Of
how he got
course
here.
it was.
remember any of the
Of
other
course
things I
it was Trump 4 years ago.
He doesn't remember how he got here today. Give him a break.
How did you get here today, Mark?
I was on Billy's scooter.
Oh, God.
That'd be a picture.
God.
That was hitchhiking.
Oh, I know that you who are watching us on YouTube and on Rumble, you know that I wasn't out of line there.
Hey, Mark, I didn't mean
It's a real easy question.
all your fault,
No, I
Marty.
didn't mean to start anything.
Mark C.G.
Guess
Boyer
what? I said,
simply
God
went on,
bless you.
he simply went on record as saying 4 years ago he didn't vote Republican because this is the first year he voted Republican. But yet,
As a Republican.
no, I'm saying no. He's not. I bet he's still a Democrat. I bet he's still a registered Democrat. Am I wrong?
No. Yes, you're wrong.
So you registered as a Republican. When did you do that, Mark C.G. Boyer?
I did that several years ago.
So you did
Midterm.
Several years ago.
midterm,
2 years ago.
which means, and by the way, I hate it when people call me out because I don't lie about things, but there is a question mark as to whom he voted for 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
but Matt, really, who cares who he voted for 4 years ago?
I do. That's why I'm asking.
Because I said
I care.
I
That's
said
why
God
I'm
bless you, Mark, for actually switching.
Well,
and
one of them
right
was Cornell West.
Yeah, was it Cornell?
I think that was one of them. I think there were three
you-
or four of them. One of them was
hold on.
the witch, the one that was
that's
the
right.
confirmed witch.
Yeah.
And
Mark,
there was one other.
Did you vote for an Ivy League university 4 years ago, Cornell?
No.
No.
No, I don't live there.
Barstow.
Okay.
I think Barstow's calling Mark out right now.
Yeah, that's our dog back there.
Billy, you came in. You didn't.
All
put
right,
him in the house.
okay. As part of our Worst of 2024 special, we played a montage of mentally ill celebrities professing their hatred for Donald Trump. Well, hands down, the most unhinged has to be Robert De Niro. This man's TDS caused him to go into countless angry, hate-filled rants in 24, and he even stalked Donald Trump outside a New York courtroom during the bogus hush money trial. De Niro has repeatedly claimed that if he won, Donald Trump would never leave the White House. This is Robert De Niro. Can someone remind the washed-up dope that Trump did leave the White House after his term ended in 2020? Robert Dummy De Niro?
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump. If you care about your future, vote for it.
Unlike the direction of communism and socialism that it's been going in for 6 years.
Of course, and you notice that was before the election. That was before the election. That is the big idiot, good actor, Robert De Niro, but a big idiot. One of the best of 2024 has got to be Tim Walz, speaking of Kamala Harris.
Because this started, and I love this story, as a young prosecutor. Kamala Harris talked about going in that courtroom for the first time.
You talk about the classic Freudian slip.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yes, and you know Tim Walz probably wears a Freudian slip. That guy is perhaps, now think of some others. Dan Quayle, I don't think was the greatest running mate. But, hands down, can you think of a worse running mate, Terry Vincent, than this idiot stick?
The one, and God bless him, prisoner of war hero.
I know who you're going to say.
Ross Perot's running mate.
Yeah.
When he came out and said, "Who am I and why am I here?"
Yeah, that was a classic. Do you think he trumps Tim Walz? I don't.
No. As far he wasn't a stupid man. He was a man that had endured unmeasurable pain and suffering.
Yep.
And like I say, God bless the man in his service.
Yeah.
But no, Tim Walz is a bona fide idiot.
A complete idiot stick.
I mean, yeah. What I didn't agree with, though, are the people on the right that were attacking his son.
No, I would never agree with that. You don't go after siblings, man.
And especially one that has a mental illness.
Yeah, you
kids
do
are
not.
off limits. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, kids should be off limits. But once again, Tim Walz, of course, with gratitude that he was chosen by Kamala Harris.
Because this started, and I love this story, as a young prosecutor. Kamala Harris talked about going in that courtroom for the first time.
He was speaking the truth. I mean, Willie Brown got her where she is.
I just can't get enough of that, though. I just can't get enough of him. It is the best. And Robert De Niro, God bless you. You know, I often think, what if I ran into Robert De Niro, or forget about that. What if I'm in New York minding my own business, or even here in Los Angeles one day, and someone introduces me to Robert De Niro? I believe what I would say is, I have enjoyed your work for many, many years. Keep up the great acting. Now, by saying that, however, he would probably know which side of the fence I was on, right, Terry?
Absolutely.
And you know he can't shut up.
Yeah, you're a little kinder than I would probably be, because I've been told I have no filters.
Yeah,
and I'm not afraid to speak truth to power,
Right.
or and I would have probably.
You think his accolades as an actor are way over the pale?
I think that he's overrated as an actor.
Yeah.
I think if you look at all his roles, it's the same person.
Of course it is.
In every role, speaking the
But
same
that's what he
way.
does. But it's good. Let me tell you something, all right, Terry? Huh? I said no big stuff.
No
okay?
big stuff?
What I say? No big stuff.
No big
But you
stuff.
come over with a pink Cadillac and a fur coat. What I say? I said no. And Magic Man, if I met you, I know right away. I know right away who you are and who you stand for. All right? You eat dogs and cats. I know you do. Just like Donald freaking pukehead Trump.
Yeah, how about that nasty array of things that De Niro said? I'm going to play this one more time because it's worth it. I mean, if this man ain't out of his friggin' mind, I don't know what insanity is. This is Robert De Niro speaking of Trump right before the election, trying to sway you and your vote.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what.
Talking about a former president this way. I have never spoken of a former president this way.
You know who the punk is?
I was
It's
not
you.
I was not a fan of Barack Obama. I was not a fan of Bill Clinton. But I've never spoken of them in such a disregard and a pure friggin' miserable nastiness like this De Niro. What a nasty guy.
He's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He
doesn't pay his taxes. The lies that come from the left are as easily from them as Terry and I are drinking 118 proof bourbon today.
Unlike his brethren, the Reverend Al.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, what a swamp creature. What a piece of crap. I was in New York at the time of the Tawana Brawley stuff, and but yet he gets a gig and on network TV, and people give him credit.
Yeah,
give him credit. The guy is a big fat effing no talent, inarticulate liar.
And one of the biggest. I hate using this term, but it applies. Racist.
Oh God, of course he is.
He's a fraud. He's a charlatan. And he's the farthest thing from a reverend.
Are you talking about Oprah or Rev?
Reverend Al.
Reverend Sharpton.
Because Oprah's the biggest racist on the planet.
Well, I don't know if she's the biggest, but yes, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
More of De Niro.
He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face.
I would like to see them in a ring, by the way. That would not bother me.
Now, you know what?
This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so.
Now, Trump
what
would
I
just
care
walk
about
away.
is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, it
With
did.
someone like Donald Trump.
Well, it did
If
for
you
you.
care about your future, vote for it.
Ass bite. Speaking of Reverend Al.
We must. They're all jitty about a shutdown.
There it is.
Ortiz in the race, and co-author of Hubris. You two, lead singer Bono, Fran Drescher, Sigourney Weaver, suspect.
Sigourney. Sigourney
Rush
Weaver.
Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh.
It's the-
He showed Rush Lombard.
Oh, the gift that keeps giving. I'll take you out with Reverend Al. We'll be this after back on Magic Man's Outlaw Radio.
Scalia, Kim Kardashian, and the Republican candidate for Cairo and Benghazi. We raised behind.
Hey, I'm turning the mics up, so be careful.
Okay.
This is for those of you watching us on YouTube and on Rumble, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. I was going to say check us out, but the only way you can check us out is if you're watching us on Rumble or YouTube. But this is just us shooting the shit right now.
Did you get Rumble working? The feed?
Well, I'll only know that if Rumble's working. Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My brother Mark was talking about taking his scooter around. Not really a scooter. Sort of like a motorcycle-esque.
It's a military type style, old, like, it's a Honda Ruckus is what it is.
And he went to a cemetery and there were donkeys?
Well, up behind the cemetery where our friend Bruce Gary, the drummer from the Knack, is buried, like 3 minutes from here, there's a side road. So I drove up in the hills over here. And I look over and there's this big old freaking cow, but it's a bull with huge horns and then a donkey standing next to it. I'm like, wow, man, it's right here. And then I drove further up in the hills. People own a ton of property up there, man. Like they have it gated. You look beyond that, they must own thousands of acres up on top of that mountain.
At one time, Bob Hope was the single largest landowner in the state of California.
Oh, yeah, man, that guy had it going on.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Well, you know who else did that?
Great businessman. You know Johnny Carson supposedly couldn't stand him?
Yeah. Well, true story. Johnny signed his last contract. When NBC came to him, he said, I'll sign the contract when it snows in Malibu. And that year, they got a powder of snow in Malibu. The execs from NBC landed a helicopter, got out, had him sign the freaking contract.
This story.
Yes. He said when it snows in Malibu, and it snowed that year.
Well, I got to look this one up, man.
It's not gonna snow.
Because I love that. I've never heard that story.
It might be in the book. I got you.
Check it out. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Wow.
But anyway, my point was, because you just drive around, and yeah. So anyway, it was a good ride. I ventured out some places I never saw before. It's a cool thing about just riding a bike, man. It's freedom, and you look around, you just look at everything, man. It's great. But those people that never ridden before, sorry about your luck. But it's dangerous too. I'll tell you that. But I live on the edge.
I keep forgetting to if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, would you damn it subscribe? Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
And
follow us on Rumble. Yeah.
People like Kato Kalen, they kind of make fun of it. It's like, oh, that's a moped. No, the definition of moped.
I've never seen our buddy Kato Kalen on a motorcycle.
No, it's a moped is motorized pedal, so you can pedal it.
All right, we got to come back
Okay, here it is. In the New York Times, Johnny Carson to stay as Tonight Show host. March 10th, 1989. Last year, I made a foolish mistake.
Okay, I got the rest of it. We got to come back for terrestrial. Here we go.
And now, back to the exciting climax of our story.
This is legendary Outlaw Radio.
Why, Captain Drummond.
Miss Miller.
Magic Matt Allen.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies. The best and worst of 2024 as shared to you by us. Simply our opinions, but as you can tell, our opinions count because yours truly predicted Trump would win in a landslide. That was my prediction,
yes,
my
it
friend.
was.
Not one to boast. That was my prediction.
And you can't get much more of a landslide than what happened.
Yeah,
but the left will tell you it wasn't a landslide.
Oh, yeah, no, they love to
It was
tell
close.
you.
It was close.
It was close. It was close.
It was close.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, I'll tell you, they lie with the ease that Terri and I drink 118 proof bourbon, man.
I'm looking at that bottle, man. I'm going,
oh, that's
this
good
can't
stuff.
be real.
Man, that is so smooth. It doesn't have a bite.
No,
it is. Oh,
But if you drink the rest of this bottle by yourself, you will die.
Oh, yeah,
well,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
Mark, you want a sip?
No.
So I guess my brother Martin is wishing death on Mark C.G. Boyer.
No, for God's sake.
That's terrible. That is terrible. You know, one of the best things of 24 was seeing some diehard liberals open their eyes and spit out the blue Kool-Aid Take sports television personality Stephen A. Smith, for example.
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't mind. After the election, he let go of his hatred for Donald Trump and took an objective look at why the Democrats lost. And he's one of the rare on the left that took an objective look at why the Democrats lost the election. Stephen A. Smith.
I don't think anybody could dismiss Donald Trump at this particular moment in time, not just because of him, but because of what we've seen the Democrats do. We're not falling for it any longer. The American people aren't falling for it any longer. I voted Democrat, and I got to tell you something right now. I don't like the fact that I did. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't want to hear about, oh, we're about law. We're about a law. Nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. But then you go out and you pardon your son, and you try to blame everybody else for it. I don't want to hear about defund the police. I don't want to hear about, what there should be open borders. I don't want to hear this stuff. And I don't think most of the American people want to hear that. We're thinking about the state of affairs that's in. We're not about America only, but being about America and prioritizing what's going on in this nation with the desolate and the disenfranchised and everybody else in between, and looking out for the best interest of what it is for America. That is not a crime for an American politician or commander-in-chief to have that mentality. I want them to have that mentality. So I think about things along those lines. And I'm no longer interested in, nor do I believe any of us should be interested in, listening to a bunch of fear-mongering to tell us who we shouldn't vote for. Why don't you come up with a plan that tells us why we should vote for you?
Nice.
That's what I'm interested in.
Nice.
And if Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Byron Donald, Marco Rubio, or the host of other Republican candidates coming down the pike, that's the kind of message that they're going to put forth, I'm down for it.
Yep.
I'm open-minded enough to make sure that I entertain that from a policy perspective. That's what I want for the American people. That's what I want for this nation.
By God, I think the man may be cured. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Stephen A. Stinking Smith, man.
Well, look at Joe Rogan.
Oh, well, Joe was never on the, he was on the fence,
Yep.
And finally he was convinced this was the wrong way to go.
Because Trump sat with him for 3 hours unscripted.
Yep.
And after that, Rogan.
By the way, Trump did his show, correct?
Yeah, 3 hours.
Kamala would not do his show.
No, and they wanted him to come to Houston, and they wanted the questions in advance.
And he said, F you.
Yeah, screw you.
Oh.
And by the I think it was Kid Rock. I think we owe a lot of that to Kid Rock. I think Kid Rock made so much sense when Rogan interviewed the great Kid Rock that he said, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And because Rogan went on record saying, I have no interest in interviewing Trump. It was after the Kid Rock interview that he finally said, you know what, let's do this thing.
And Dana White.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah, Dana White.
Dana White's a badass.
Yeah.
Dana White convinced Rogan.
Yeah.
And convinced Trump.
Because they're buddies from a gazillion years ago.
Yeah.
And Dana White, God bless him. Hallelujah to Dana White.
And Matt, you're completely correct about Kid Rock. And I think Kid Rock did, if you want to know something, he was influential on the vote for a lot of people. I think he was, man, because people look up to Kid Rock. And Kid Rock is a smart guy, intelligent guy. He loves America. This guy loves America.
Yeah, more than anything, he loves America. He and who is Wham Bam Sweet Poontang?
Ted Nugent.
The Nuge.
The Nuge.
Now the Nuge. Now the Nuge is damn near a Mensa. That man is really smart.
Oh yeah.
I mean, ridiculously intelligent. Stephen A. Smith mentioned something about, this defund the cops and how ridiculous this is. This is a cop who is all over social media, and I love this guy.
So I come in this morning, and we're informed there's going to be a protest to defund the police. It's fine. I like protests. Except for they requested a police presence, for their safety at the defund police event. I shit you not.
I love that so much, man.
Yeah, they don't want us to have guns, but they all have bodyguards.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
And a man that we lost this year, the great Chuck McCann, Mark.
Well, Chuck,
What?
we lost him a long time ago.
We did?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and I love Chuck McCann.
So what? It wasn't this year?
No, man, that was a long time, right, Mark? It was
Chuck McCann, great character actor.
Yes.
And does the name ring a bell for you, Terry Vincent?
No.
Well, he's more New York. He's more East Coast. Chuck was East Coast.
Well, yeah, but he did every damn TV show.
Yeah, he
and
did.
What was his claim to fame?
Crazy. No, they.
I'll tell you his claim to fame. According to Kippadata, who is dead, our buddy, the great comedian Kippadata, used to say that Chuck's claim to fame was knowing famous people.
Oh, okay, yeah, that guy. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
this is, and I hope it's not too late because. Are you sure Chuck McCann didn't pass away this year?
Well, I think
he died in April
I think
2018.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, so I'm not that far off.
Nope. Kippadata died this year also.
This is a quickie, and this is the last appearance of Chuck McCann on this show. And my brother and Shotgun Tom, who is a radio guy from Southern California, they're both very douchey on this because I know that this is the last time Chuck will ever be on this show.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. You gotta put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. You gotta put on a happy face. Take off the gloomy mask.
See, that's Shotgun Tom. Sit on.
Well, Tom was like pimping me.
No, what an idiot. What an idiot to say that. When Chuck McCann, the legendary television actor and comedian, is being as sincere as a man can be, and talk about not being able to read the room.
Well, no,
Shotgun Tom Kelly.
Yeah,
Shotgun Tom.
He's famous for his top hat and his freaking stupid.
That's not very nice.
Well, whatever.
Are you calling him stupid?
Well, look, man, he got creepy that night too. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, he's a fan of porn. Here we go. A little more of the great Chuck McCann and his last appearance. I think his last appearance on any media was right here.
Tragedy, it's not your style. You do it today, you'll be glad you decided to smile. Listen out, look. Stick out that noble chin. You gotta wipe off the full of doubt look and slap on a happy grin. And you'll spread sunshine all over the place. Hey now, put on the happy face.
God bless him. God bless Chuck McCann.
Such a great man.
Passed away in 2024.
And I really feel bad.
What, Mark?
2018.
Are you sure it was 2018?
2018.
Seems like just yesterday.
We were over there at the hospital.
It seems like yesterday. And some say this clip belongs on the worst of 2024 list, but I'm not so sure. Who doesn't love hearing MSNBC's Rachel Madcow give up all hope because she didn't get her commie way? Rachel Madcow.
Not to be boring here for a second, but just getting very real. We now are just another one in the list of countries that has decided to, hey, what the heck? Let's try the strongman thing. Let's let democracy go. Let's put in an all-powerful guy instead, see how it goes. There are many more countries in the world governed by that kind of a system than there are governed by ours. We are the only 248-year-old multiracial, pluralistic democracy in the world. And shall we keep it? A lot of our fellow Americans say we shouldn't. Now we know. Now we know for sure.
Spoken by a Ivy League graduate that says we are a democracy when we aren't.
A dyed-in-the-wool commie. I mean, a ridiculous friggin' commie. Have I played for you the new Elon Musk Tesla car alarm?
Walking down the street, I saw a car. Thought it was electric, I knew so far. Baby, come around, take
Go a few more minutes.
Love it when you talk to me. I love my rockets. Love my rockets when I shoot them in the sky.
I don't know where the hell my page went. It's like the only one missing here. Oh, there it is. Wow. Oh my God. It's, and by the way, have I been bitching about having to produce the show as well as host today? No, not today. I just I kept that inside.
Hey, Tattoo Dave, I hope you're enjoying yourself in Arizona, drinking it up. And
Thanks a lot. He could have gone there tomorrow, but I don't know. You never know. You never know what a man's the motivations are.
Well, he's missing out on 118 proof top shelf bourbon.
I'm really happy for that. I must tell you, I'm truly happy for that. Oh, I know what I wanted to get to. So I have just enough time. Okay, here it is. So I got to punch this in. And by the way, as I mentioned earlier, you could be anywhere. I appreciate that you decided to spend some time with us.
I love you guys, man.
Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio here on YouTube, on Rumble, and most importantly, the finest radio stations in America, and even more importantly, the great radio stations in Wisconsin, run by good Americans, run by 100% bona fide Americans. A man that I lost, and I just know that Lori has mentioned this, that Matt was never the same when Milt Larson, creator of the Magic Castle, passed away. Mark C.G. Boyer and I used to visit him and have bourbon nights once every couple weeks while he was staying in Hollywood, right next to the Magic Castle. And I love this man. He truly was the Disney of our time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was the Walt Disney of our time.
Absolutely, man.
And these were the last words on this show from Milton Page Larson, a man who passed away a month after his 92nd birthday. I was there for his birthday party at the Magic Castle, the private magic club there in Hollywood, California. And I love this guy, Milt Larson.
I would do everything.
Oh, okay. So I got to set this up with Milt. If you could do it all over again after 92 years on this planet, what would you do differently? And this is Milt Larson's response.
I would do everything that I've done and do more than that because you're never done with what you could do. And I believe that to everybody in the world. There's no possibility that anybody could possibly do anything the imagination could let them do. Unfortunately, most people get sidetracked by getting a job in someplace they don't like, but they get married to somebody they're not terribly fond of, and they get divorced, and they so children who see them from it's terrible. So I just plod along. I have my little project, very successful up to the time. I lose my lease and I do whatever they do. And that's my life.
Milt Larson?
And that's your question. I wouldn't change a thing.
Milt Larson, I could go on another 2 hours with you, but let me just...
I know you do.
Let me just conclude this or say aloha to Milt Larson by saying, Milt Larson, bumblebees can't fly.
That's so good. That is so good. That was a dear friend of mine one time, just when they said, it's impossible, and I said, so is a bumblebee. That is true.
They can't
Technically, there's no way for a bumblebee to fly. But they do. Technically, there's no way for a crazy little house on the hill in Hollywood to make it with a bunch of magicians.
Yep.
But we do.
Impossible.
And that's 58 years later.
Wow.
Yes. So life begins at 90, and for me.
Milt Larson, I love you, bud. I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Milt.
Birthday, Milt.
Great.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Mike.
Oh.
All right.
So, you're listening to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
This one, my friends, is for Milt.
Radio from the Hollywood fringe, from Hollywood's other side of the tracks, from the outer edge of Hollywood's seamy underbelly, over the hill and far away from where the lights go glimmery and giving mediocrity a run for its money. Join us for smoking, drinking, and interrupting from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar.
Another one we lost in 2024, the great Robert Stack. Really enjoyed his work on Unsolved Mysteries.
2024, and by the way, his crazy daughter, we used to run into her at the Valley, and she gave me all these cassette tapes years ago. But I think Robert Stack, probably
do you know how
20 years ago.
What? Do you know how old Robert Stack would be if he died in 24?
209.
He'd be about 109, I think. Yeah, he's another one that didn't die in 24.
But Matt, you didn't bring up Chuck Woolery that just passed away.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh, the great Chuckster.
Our buddy Chuck.
Oh man, let me find him. Yeah, he was a regular on this show and a good die-hard conservative man who loved America. I love the great Chuck Woolery.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. And the next time I do this show, you don't chase me down on the freeway and pull me over and make me do it. It was lots of fun, guys. Be back 2 and 2.
Yeah, old Chuckster, man. God bless you. God bless you, Chuck. I can't believe that guy's gone.
I know, man.
It just bothers the hell out of me.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery, just hanging out in the Lighten Up Lounge with Mr. Cigar, Magic Matt, a.k.a., I don't know, too many names to even mention. I have no idea how many he has, and I really don't care either. But I'm having an awfully good time, so we'll see you in about, 2 and 2.
No, hopefully not. I mean, if you don't mind me saying.
Wow.
Yeah, the great Chuck Woolery. Wow. So we lost a lot of good ones in 2024.
Bruce Gary, 2024. Right?
Did our drummer for the Knack, did he pass away?
Right, Mark?
No. Yes,
No?
maybe.
Another one?
No, he's not here anymore. I mean, he did pass. I was at his gravesite today.
Yeah, believe it or not, it was like millions of years. Is this Bruce? This is Bruce Gary.
I think he's asking where we're going to eat.
Yeah, he was always asking, Matt, where are we going to eat? When are we going to eat?
Marty, can I share that sandwich with
Yeah.
you? It's like, no, you can't.
Bruce
buy your own
Gary,
sandwich.
Bruce Gary, drummer for the Knack. God bless you. You know, he died a long time, like like 18 years ago.
I was going to go pay
Can
my...
you believe that? I mean, it's incredible. Our buddy, who was a regular on this show, played drums for the pilot TV version of this show.
Yeah.
This is him when he got into the kazoo. No, the Jew harp. No, what do we call it?
Harmonica.
Yeah. That's Bruce. Now, he does another version where he has like a fancy Hollywood ending. This is the drummer from the Knack, My Sharona.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Tasty, brother.
God bless you. Is it called a Jew's harp?
No, it's a harmonica.
No,
The
but it's called a mouth harp is what Matt's.
The mouth harp is the
Yeah,
one
but there's also a Jew's harp.
Yeah, that's the one.
No,
that,
there's a different. Matt's correct. There's
But
a
is that
different
S?
harmonica.
Is that an S on the end or just a Jew's harp? I think, right, Mark? You've never heard that?
That's the one with the little
No.
metal
What Matt,
prongs and you go
Matt, you're referring to though a harmonica is called a mouth harp also.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
But anyway, Matt, when I was up there, the gates were closed. I couldn't get up to actually visit him where he was buried, where he was put to rest. So I went on the side, and Robert Hayes specifically asked me.
Oh, I forgot to call Robert today.
When I talked to Robert.
Oh, I forgot
with
to
you,
call Bobby.
And he said, next time you're up there, Marty, can you? Because I look over there. I parked my bike today, and I looked over, and
I knew there was something I
said,
forgot. Oh, damn it.
Make sure you mention me when next time you're up there, Marty.
Well, I hope Bobby Hayes forgives me for not calling him today because I know he was expecting the call. Thank you to Terri Vincent, my man from Eugene, Oregon. A good man, a conservative man, hoorah, a Marine, a man who
Thank you for your
loves and
service, my
cares
friend.
about
My pleasure.
America, man. And I appreciate my pleasure because that's meaningful. You did it for us and the United States.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I
What
do
did
it
Mark,
again.
What did Mark just say?
Thank you very much.
That's so rude.
I know.
That's just rude.
Yeah, you didn't serve our country.
Well,
He said
twice
thank you.
saying thank you to him.
He's saying thank you.
Oh.
Mark is thinking.
He's confused.
I just can't. I can't
win.
I can't win here.
What the fuck am I doing here?
My brother Mart.
Marty.
By the way, even though I love him, no thanks to Tattoo Dave for leaving us high and dry today. The great Billy Dilly, our second Marine on the show, out there slaving over hot coals. The man is working like a sumbitch in his foxhole that he calls the coal hole.
We're surrounded by
outside.
Marines today.
Yeah, we are. And
The situation is well in hand.
I love that. All right. Love you folks, man. Thank you for spending time with us. My daughter Alexandra, love you a million times around the world. Mom and Dad, thank you for a great Christmas Eve. And my brother Mike, what a good guy. And I love his family. I'm a new lover of his family. Don't forget, bumblebees can't fly. Oops. Final words here. I thank you so much for spending time with us. And if you know someone who hasn't subscribed to our YouTube channel, because you do know YouTube hates our guts, Could you do that? And follow us on Rumble, or don't do nothing. Just appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Here's to the new year, man, and the new, much better America.